Hello and welcome everybody. Welcome to the stream. My name is Kismet. It's time to get going here. Sorry for that slight delay. I realized I had about 480 gigs to copy off my machine. So that did take a little bit of time. But this way we can record in HD and of course upload it to YouTube up there, which I do need to catch up on. So much stuff to do, but only one of me to go around. There's just so much fun stuff to get done. Now, of course, we're going to have a really fun night tonight. I got a whole bunch of stuff lined up. So, of course, we're going to play some Fallout 4. We're going to work on our castle mega build. Then we're going to, of course, play some No Man's Sky, which is super fun. We actually can do questing in there now, so that's going to be super fun. And, of course, we got some LEET news. I was going to do it on Saturday. I thought, you know what? I better do it today because you only got like a day or two left on some of these epic deals over there. We've also got some sponsored content and other fun stuff for you. Man, it's a jam-packed episode today. Just jam-packed, trying to bring you more and more epic stuff here on the stream. I hope you guys appreciate all that hard work because it is a lot of hard work to line all that stuff up, but it is a lot of fun. I try to bring you guys as much fun as possible. So let's go ahead and do a quick shout out here. Let's get into the fun. Big shout out to my mods, of course. Tonight, who do we got backing me up? We have got the amazing Chewy and Jazz Heads coming in here at the beginning. Later, Game Killer coming in as well. Poor Nooshki had injured herself. Poor Nooshki. Hopefully she feels better very, very soon. So if you do see her, I wish her well wishes as well. Who do we got in the chat right now? Let's see. Chewy and there's Anon in there, breaking leg. There you go. And of course, Rad's coming in late now. It's Kismet stream. I'm not late. I am perfectly on time because I did say I was going to run behind. You just missed it in chat. It's up there. It's up there. I put it in there. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes I have to back stuff up. Sometimes I've been having lots of technical problems for the last couple of hours. Hopefully they're fine. I kept my monitor kept flashing and my capture card was doing something. I'd upgraded my NVIDIA drivers. I'd updated my OBS. I'd updated my Windows and all of that stuff. And then everything, of course, right down the tubes. But I seem to have got it fixed now. We'll see how it goes. We'll see what happens. Made it early again. Brutal night coming in. Oh, sorry you don't feel well. Yeah, I haven't been feeling well myself. I've been pushing myself a little bit too far, I think. A little bit too far, but did manage to get a little bit of sleep in. No thanks to my kids coming in and fighting with their mama, and then I got to get up and referee. I feel like a referee. I should be getting paid to referee these children. I tell you. I know technical problems can be really annoying, but it seems to be fine. Knock on pressed wood. Knock on cheap desk. We're going to go ahead and get started here. Again, thanks everybody for being here tonight. I'm ready to go. I know you're ready to go. Let's get into playing some games. All right, everybody. Now, here we are in Fallout 4. Of course, where do we leave off? You can see the Pridwind in the background there. We're hanging out here at the castle. We got a little bit started here, a little bit. Of course, hanging out in my Nuka-Cola Quantum Power Armor. Let's just go ahead and do a little flying over here. By the way, I did fix those redeems. If you would like to test those, feel free to test them. The first couple people who do test those redeems, I will automatically redeem your caps for you via my mods. So if you'd like to test those for me tonight, I appreciate them. Feel free to go ahead and try them out. Also, big thanks to Brutal coming in with the host, Game Killer, Monterey Pat, Raz as well. We also got the thinking emoji coming in about an hour ago when I was offline. Also hitting that follow button, dropping the Dragon Hammer, crushing the follow button, becoming part of the Wasteland Tycoons. Welcome. Welcome, welcome.
Boom!
Aha, it's working! All right, go ahead and give Raz back his 1,000 Kiss Caps for that awesome test. Now, as you can see right here, we've already got some stuff already ready to go. We've got some stuff down here, which is currently blocking the entrance. We've got some cement there. We've got artillery that we're just going to leave there. Down here, we've got some blocks also protecting them from just running into the castle there. And then, of course, up here as well, the concrete kit is the greatest. It's the greatest hands down. Now, of course, we do leave room for our Brahmins to come in and out. If anybody gets rowdy, tries to attack the settlement, they're going to get wiped out by the Kismet kill box. Of course, we're going to build one even more epic, and we're also going to build an epic vault as high as these stairs right here for them to live in here at the castle. We're going to theme it all out for the Minutemen, and, of course, take this to a whole next level. Now, this will be the first kind of mega build I've done here at the castle. And I've done fairly good-sized builds. But the problem is, in the base game, the build size is very, very low. You think one of the most iconic places in the Wasteland or in the Commonwealth that you would want to build would be the castle. And they don't let you restore it. They don't let you make it like it was. Like me, I would like to, you know, take all this debris out. And then, of course, restore it back to the way it was originally, right? Get enough resource. I don't care if it takes, you know, me 10 hours, 20 hours, 50 hours to collect the resources, whatever it takes. Whatever it takes to go in there, I would like to restore it back to the way it originally was. Now, there is a mod that allows you to go in and do that. It'll just, like, instantly does it. I would prefer to go back in and, you know, put it back myself. But, you know, we got to make do with what we got, right? Make do with what we got big time. Also, let's see who else with that. Who came in with that just host? Ultra, I'm coming in with the host as well. Thank you so much. Appreciate that host big time. Appreciate it. Move that over just so slightly. There we go. So what we started here was just kind of a basic getting an idea of how we want to start. Now, we want, of course, them to start over here where they can very easily go in here. Of course, this is the most protected side for anybody to actually get into the vault. So that's why I choose that side. And you can see we're just trying to wrap it nicely around what we've got going here. Now, I feel like this could probably go over just a little bit and be a kind of a better placement for that. So let's go ahead and first let's get our radio beacon out of there. We'll get our firing target out of there like that. And let's see if we can go ahead and just pick this up. What does it grab when we pick it up? Just did. All right, awesome. Now, it's kind of awkward if you grab it from the bottom. Also, Deacon's standing in my way here. You try to grab it from up a little bit higher. This way you can actually see, and you can try to rework where that is. Now, it's going to be kind of awkward to do that in this particular case because as you clip through one side, it's not going to let you go through the other side, right? So the better thing to do is actually, in this rare case, is to store the stuff back in the workbench, like so. Now, normally I don't store stuff in. I just pick it all up by holding down E. Allows me to pick the entire thing up at once. But we got a general idea what we want, and we want it to just be nudged over a little bit, right? Just a little bit. So we're just going to nudge it enough until it turns red. There we go. There's red. And there we go. So now it's just slightly over the top of it there. Actually, that's pretty amazingly perfect. Hey, better lucky than good sometimes. There we go. And then, of course, back into the vault, we're going to go ahead and use these domestics that we were using here. Let's see. Which ones did we use? Now, it's going to have a number at the bottom over here of the ones we used. There they are right there. That's a dead giveaway of which ones we actually put together. Now, I'm just using these randomly to try to get this to line up a bit better around here. Now, we might be a little bit too far now on the other side, but that's fine. Really, the entrance side is the side I want to be much better. Actually, that is perfection. Look at that. Nice. I love it. All right, I love it. Actually, we need to go out further so we can switch back and head up to another level. Much like we did at Norhagen Beach, we're going to go ahead and put our angle in on this side, like that. And now we can continue our little switch back here. Find which ones we've already done. We don't need to waste any further materials since we already have some already done. There it is right there. And same thing. Other direction. Like that. And we'll go through and, of course, we'll fine-tune what we want. But basically what we're doing is just putting in our entryway. Now, the reason why you want to do your entryway first is because you want it to line up to the ground. And then you want all your levels to be lined up as you work your way up. And, of course, we can put supports and whatnot in there at the end. Now, we've also lowered this by a level so that we'll have the ability to put lights in and whatnot. And we'll double-check that as we go as well. Let's see. Three-way doors. Did we already put down all of them? There's a three-way domestic. Yep. Three-way right there. All right. Now we'll just go ahead and start using some corners here since we're going to use that in the eventual here. Eventual location. Right there. And then a nice straight piece, probably with a window. Nice window there. There we go. Got a window on both sides, window on one side. We got a window on both sides. There we go. Window on both sides. All right, and then, of course, the corner. There we go. Now, we're working from down here. Now, it's actually a lot easier to work actually up as you're... If I could make it up there. Come on, there we go. It's a lot easier to work actually as you're walking up sometimes. So, especially when you're kind of doing these switchbacks like this. And we'll go ahead and try it from up here as well. Sometimes it doesn't let you scroll, which makes it a lot tougher. So I find walking backwards a bit. And then, of course, going out, doing a little bit of scrolling, walking backwards, and then rotating it like this. Now, I actually find that most of the time I do work outside. But as you can see, you can do it from in here, but you can see it's a bit more awkward. A bit more awkward to get that going on. And we're going to go ahead and switch this back here. Let's see, World of Fire coming in. What's up? Says, can you give a short synopsis of what these bases are for? I mean, I'm new to Fallout 4. I know nothing about this stuff when you have a spare second. Absolutely, World of Fire. I love interacting with chat and talking with chat. Yeah, so the reason why I build these bases, now I typically build 3 levels of bases. Now there's a basic build, which is... Oh, we got a Fallout mod suggested. Thank you so much. Basically, there's 3 different levels. There's the base level, the super build, and then the mega build. Now, the reason why you have settlements is, 1, you have them for questing. It'll further your questing. It'll allow you to have a home base, especially if you're playing in the harder modes, like you're playing in survival mode. You'll have a place to save, right? Because you can only save in survival mode on a bed, stuff like that. In the normal game, you can quick travel, which means you can journey from one place to another very, very quickly. As you can see, these are all my bases that are all linked together. That's what the lines mean. And I can jump to base to base. Now, other things you can do there is, of course, you can produce food, you can produce water, you can go ahead and modify your various elements as well, like your guns, your armor, and your power armor, and, of course, produce food by cooking food up as well. Now, you can also produce ammunition, and you can also, if you have the DLC, you can also, with the contraptions, you can also produce higher level stuff, like power armor, like guns, like fusion cores, and so forth. You can produce a variety of amount of stuff. So that's mainly what your settlements are for. Now, you don't have to use them at all. It's up to you. If you're not into settlement building, if you're not into it, I love it. I think it makes the game an 11 out of 10 as opposed to a 9 out of 10. I absolutely love this part of the game because it does add a whole nother dimension to the game itself. Now, they call me the Wasteland Tycoon because I make millions of caps from my settlements because I treat them like a business. This ain't no free ride. These people got to get to work. So what I do in the very beginning, of course, is I go ahead and start at Sanctuary right here. Where you, of course, you'll come down from Vault 111. Now, I'm not going to try to give away too much, but you'll come down into Sanctuary here, which will be basically your first settlement. Now, I'm going to go ahead and get my red arrow because I take it to a whole next level up in here. We're going to go ahead and take a look here. So I go to Sanctuary, and then what I will do is I will then get Red Rocket. Now, those are fairly easy to unlock because you can literally just walk up to them, bam, unlock them, you're off and running. Now, what I'll do here at Sanctuary is I will start this as my primary settlement. This is where I will start to get my power armor, where I will start my food and water. And, of course, the more food and water, and, of course, I put some sleeping bags down to get them some place to rest. And then their happiness starts to go up. So then they start to produce more. The more happier they are, the better efficient they are as well. I'll also set up some defenses so that if I do get attacked while I'm at my main base, of course, the Kismet kill box is going to back us up. Now, you can go way beyond that. You can do really advanced stuff, like you can use Sim Settlements mod, and you can use a whole bunch of other cool stuff, which I currently have in this playthrough, but normally I do not use mods until I feel like I've kind of run through the game enough times. This is actually my 6th playthrough. I've played over 2,500 hours live here on Twitch playing Fallout 4 for you guys. So there we go. Constantine coming in with a Dragon Hammer. Dropping the Dragon Hammer, crushing that follow button right there, becoming part of the Wasteland Tycoons. Welcome. So that is the first thing that I do. So I take over Sanctuary, I start to set it up, as a base of operations. This way I can modify my power armor. I can modify my armor that I'm wearing. I can also make food and all of those other things, especially if I'm in the survival mode, the old survival mode, or especially in the new survival mode where it requires food, water, and also to watch out for your conditions as you're walking around the wasteland. Then I will take over Red Rocket, like I mentioned, because that's fairly easy. You also get a new companion when you happen to go there. I'm not going to tell you who. You go over there, and you get that established. And now you've got a second settlement. Now, the second settlement I use purely as a recruiting station. So I'll put up a radio beacon. I might put down a little bit of food, maybe some sleeping bags, but usually not. And then what I do is once everybody arrives here at Red Rocket, I send them all to Sanctuary. So I start to build up Sanctuary. Now, I play what I call a mega build. A mega build is basically the Wasteland Tycoon style, where you go very heavy charisma, which means that you've got local leader very early on. So you go 6 into charisma. In my case, I usually go max, because this way I can convince people to do what I want them to do. Plus, I get better trade rates and things like that. But I usually get local leader very early on. That allows me to connect my settlements together so they can share resources. All right, so that's what I do there. And of course, then I send everybody from over here at Red Rocket over to my main location. Then the next thing I do is I head my way right over here. Now, of course, I may stop in town over here in Concord and do a little bit of something, which I'm also not going to tell you. You're like, Kismet, the game's been out like 2.5 years. You can tell us. No, I don't spoil it. There are people who have not bought Fallout 4 and who have not played it yet, and it is not my job to spoil it. So have some fun over there. And then I will go ahead and make my way through there, maybe do a little bit of questing, and then I will go over here to Starlight Drive-In. The Starlight Drive-In is the single greatest place in the Wasteland to recruit people. That's right, you will have over 500 settlers in your settlements as you go across the wasteland, and of course have that radio beacon to have them show up. Of course, the Starlight Drive-In just brings people in like crazy. It's right in the middle of your starting area. If you take a look, you're kind of in this starter area here. It's right in the middle. People are going to keep coming in. Then what you do, you send them to Sanctuary, and before you know it, Sanctuary is full of people. It's teeming with people. And then what do you do then? Well, of course, you put them on the food. You put down some water. In my case, I go into science so that I can, of course, get the big water purifiers. That's how I make my millions and millions of caps in game. Right down here. Here it is right here. Science 6 or Intelligence 6, and I go into Science 1, right? I put 1 into there. Also, very early in the game, I go into Scrounger, so I have more ammunition, and, of course, Fortune Finder, so I have more caps in the very beginning. Eventually, I will go into Caps Collector, which will allow me to, of course, do better trade rates and make more money as well. Now, also along that road, I will also go into Strong Back. So I'll start to work my way up in the strength line to get to Strong Back, because it's going to allow me to carry more, allow me to quick travel while overburdened if I'm not in survival mode, and also allow me to move faster while overburdened. I am quite often overburdened because I collect everything. I collect everything in the very beginning of the game so that I can sell it, convert it, use it, give it to a companion, give it to a settler, whatever I need to do with it, I will have it there at my disposal. And of course, that's how I make even more money on top of using purified water. And then right about there, that's when I go back, and of course, I take over Abernathy Farm. There's a quest that, let me use my thing up here. So that I go from here, I go back to Abernathy Farm, up here. I go to Abernathy Farm, and then, of course, take over that. And, of course, that's where I will start a gigantic farm for food. Now, if you are a user of food, which I am when I'm in survival mode, but in any other mode, typically I don't use food and water. I don't use food and water, I don't use jet, I don't use buff out, I don't use any of that, because normally I don't need it. But you can use it. It does enhance your game. It does give you a benefit. Do watch out getting addicted, though. But, of course, you can always get unaddicted and all that fun stuff. So you can use all those enhancements. I typically don't. Right now, playing in very hard just so we can bounce around from settlement to settlement and get that going. So that's what I use my settlements for. They make me money. They are a great place for my settlers to hang out, great place to produce food and water, and basically have a base of operations as you move through the wasteland. Now, of course, I'll unlock all these other settlements as I go, and I will eventually move to this settlement right here called Taffington Boathouse. Now, Taffington Boathouse is very much in the center. Now, there's also a location right here that has vendors that you can go to. So once you start centering out of Taffington Boathouse, you can go right over here, and you can talk to the vendors and sell to the vendors. Now, there's also a way of converting that into a settlement for you. I suggest not to do that, especially if you're in the new survival mode. I would leave that settlement alone. And you can see that I don't have it, even though I'm level 100 right now, very late in my gameplay. So you can see that I've not converted it on purpose, though we will eventually convert it into a settlement for us. But I start using Taveted Boathouse, also a great place to produce purified water, and of course, you're getting that serious money. And that's what I use settlements for. And I love building. So what I do is I start with basic builds. Then I will come back later and go to each of these settlements, especially Sanctuary, especially Abernathy Farm, and I will do what I call a super build. Now that I've got some resources, I've got some purified water going, now I've got momentum going in the game. I'm like, yeah, I'm getting it going. I'm probably about level 10, 20, 25, 30, somewhere in there. I will come back and I will super build. Now, super build is about making me more money, right? At the beginning, you're just trying to establish a base, right? A base of operations to bring all your stuff back to center out of. Right? Then later, you want to come back and you want that to make you some money. So what I would do is I put down even more food. I'll put down even more purified water, and I will double up, double up. Now, let's go take a look at what's going on in my sanctuary. Now, in this particular playthrough, I'm using sim settlements. So we're going to pop over there, and I'm going to show you a bit on how I do my purified water, and then a little peek at sim settlements. We've been testing out this mod. It's my favorite mod in the game. It's absolutely amazing because you just put stuff down, and they build it. You don't have to build houses for them. You don't have to build commercial. You don't have to build industrial. You don't have to do all of that stuff for them. They build it themselves. As you can see, here we are at Sanctuary. You can see they built some industrial here. Let me turn my arrow off. There we go. They built some commercial here. Now they're just hanging out here at the bar. Pretty cool. On their own, of course, back here is all of their housing. Now this is like a whole neighborhood of housing. We can go ahead and walk through the neighborhood here. And you can see everybody's just doing their thing over here. Look, it's like a full-on neighborhood. Isn't that cool? And then, of course, back here, we've got the tree, of course, where the cul-de-sac is. Now, I've added some mods that allow me to remove all of the stuff here at Sanctuary because I think that should have been in the game originally. I only add mods that I think should have been in the game originally or add things like 4K textures and stuff like that. Stuff that gives you an additional bonus. So as you can see, they've got a nice little town up here, and it is up on the second level, so they're fairly secure up here. And I built them a gigantic platform for them to hang out on. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. I don't mind helping out. Now, as you can see, there are no houses in Sanctuary. Again, using that mod, I was able to remove it. You're like, Kismet, what mods are you using? Well, my mods will put my mod list in there. Not only did I list all the mods I'm currently using, I list what they do, as well as a link to every single one of them in case you want to use them in your next playthrough. Feel free to follow those links, download them. Make sure to look for any special requirements. They might require other mods for them to work. And then here we are at Sanctuary itself. And of course, we've got a massive, massive wall around it. Now, this is way later game. You don't need to build walls. You don't need to do all of that. All you really need is a Kismet kill box. And I'll show you one right over here. We've got a rounded one over here on this side. And we'll go ahead and just fly our way. Oh, or not. We'll fly our way up to the top here using the jetpack. You get that much later in the game. You can modify your power armor. Whether you're in vanilla version or you have DLC or whether you're using mods as part of the base game. This is what's known as a Kismet kill box. You put up a Kismet kill box here, and it will defend your settlements, even against legendary Deathclaws who try to attack. Now, later game, your kill box does get attacked a bit more often. Like I'm level 100 now, so the mobs typically have like rocket launchers and things like that that will more attack your Kismet kill box. But early on, it is the greatest defense. You don't need to put people on defense. You don't need to build walls. You don't need to do any of that. Kismet kill box, and you win. And you win, definitely. And that's why it's in my Wasteland Tycoon logo. By the way, check it out. We got some cool Wasteland Tycoon pins. Oh, I'm holding on to it. There it is right there. Look, there's that kill box right there. Actually in the logo. So there you go. There you go. So that is my sanctuary. Now, how do I make my money? What I do very early on is I collect resources, and then, of course, I put down my very first purified water. You're like, Kismet, it's raining and all of that, bro. I can't even see. Hold on. Let's take a moment. Let's go ahead and forward time. That's why I always leave a kind of a random bed laying around right there, so that when you guys are watching on the stream, you guys can see what I'm doing. Any tips for people starting out? I'm giving you the greatest tips right now, gut cleavage. I'm giving you the greatest tips right now. I'm giving you my best Kismet tips on getting started in the game. I hope you're enjoying it. But let's get going here. All right, so we're going to forward time just a little bit. Uh-oh, Country Crossing. We've got to help them out. All right, is the raining going to stop? Doesn't look like it. All right, well, let's get in here. Get going. Now, we got Deacon with me here. One of my companions. Also got Piper here. You saw I've got Lover's Embrace because she's my girl.
Now there's a fashion.
All right, well, you get the idea. There's some purified water over here. Now, I've got not just a little bit. I've got a whole lot of it. That's right, going that way and even going in the opposite direction over here. You can see we've got some more turrets up here on high. So watch out for this side. But as you can see, lots and lots of purified water. Now, each of those purified waters are worth 40. So, of course, I will get one of them, put it down, and run some power to it. And then, of course, I'm making 40 water. Now, of course, at this particular location, there's typically only a maximum of about 24 people. Currently, I have 26 because I've been at the settlement for a while. I've also sent some of my companions here as well. And as you can see, I'm producing 999 water. Now, of course, they actually need some food. It says food 0, so something's going on with my food down there that I need to figure out. So we'll come back. We'll fix that up later. But that's okay. They can also get food from other locations. Oh, Croup Manor needs some help as well. We're going to see the Kismet kill box in action in just a second. So I will, of course, get one, and then, of course, I will use some of that purified water for my people, right? Normally, in the very beginning, you have about 5 or 10 people. Even if you send them from somewhere else, you'll have about 5 or 10 people getting started. Then I will put one down, so that means you only need 10 out of that 40 purified water, right? So you can take the 30 other purified water, and this is what I would do if I was really in game. If I was really there, if it really happened, the first thing I would do is corner the market on water. And, of course, corner the market on food, because then everybody has to come to me, and I'll make them an offer they can't refuse, if you know what I mean. So, of course, I will get one purified water. I will make money from that, or I will take the purified water, sell it to the vendor, get the resources that I need to make a second one, right? And now I'm producing 80 purified water. Then I will make 4 of them. Then I will make 8 of purified waters. Then 16. Then 32. You get the idea. Before you know it, you're making 10,000 caps in game using your settlements. Now, currently in game, because of all my settlements I have running, I'm currently making about 60 to 80,000 bottle caps every few days in game. 80,000 bottle caps since level like 20. So, and again, it builds up over time as, of course, you're building out your settlements and you're adding more purified water and you're collecting more resources and you're super looting different locations as you're going through. And, of course, you're building up your character. You're getting power armor. You're upgrading your skills and so on and so forth. You, of course, reach the level that I'm at now. Now, this is when I have a lot of resources that I've gone and gathered. I don't use creative mode. I don't shortcut. I don't glitch. I don't use third-party mods typically, except for, in this case, in this very first playthrough with mods. And, of course, I do love to mega build. Now, mega building is like this, where it's not really that functional, but it's fun. It's awesome, right? All right, there we go. The sun's coming out. Nice. As you can see, of course, I've built it up to a level that is just normally you don't even need to, right? Normally you don't need to. Same thing over here. Look at this. As we look at Red Rocket, there's a vault right there. That's Red Rocket. There's a vault right there. Let's go take a look. Let's go take a look at my Red Rocket. Gonna go for a little bit of a swim first, apparently. Now you can see that I've got some special mods here. This is part of the Sim Settlements. Here, and of course we got a gateway and of course a wall all the way around it. Again, I don't suggest making walls and all that stuff very early on. It burns up a lot of your resources and a kind of a waste of your time. I suggest to build up basic stuff first and then eventually mega build. Now, mega build is when you take a settlement to a whole nother level, meaning that you add walls and that kind of stuff, defenses that do defend that area. Like you can see, I've got a rocket launcher here and some heavy turrets. I do not use the lowest level turret, only the heavy turret and above, because that low level turret is useless. It just gets killed very, very quickly. See, we got another Kismet kill box, this time on a long platform. This is my favorite. Typically is the long platform. Just use some wood, smaller platforms, because this way it gives the ability for those turrets to fire in 360 degrees. All right. Oh, speaking of. There you go. Kismet Killbox in action, protecting my provisioners going back and forth, and wiped out those bugs that tried to attack. Now, we do have some settlements that are calling for help right now. They said they're getting attacked. We got Croup Manor and Country Crossing. Now, luckily, Country Crossing is incredibly built up because I've done another mega build over there. And Croup Manor, we haven't got to yet, but we will get to it. So let's go look at the difference. Let's go look at the difference. First, we're going to go to Croup Manor and help them. And then we're going to go to Country Crossing and look at the difference between just a basic build, right? Just a basic, we put some places down for them to sleep and whatnot. And of course, we still got a kill box there. You always want to start with a kill box if you can. Now, also, when you're collecting resources so that you can make turrets. And of course, you're going to need circuitry and all that stuff.
I got something important to say.
Well, hold on. We're going to talk in a second. Those guys already mowed down. Too many trees. Now, if you're finding your turrets cannot hit the enemy, that means you need to lower your turrets, right? We need to put our turrets over there. Shoot me. There we go. Legendary gunner. Now, right now, my people do not have good enough weapons to repel. That's why we have the Kismet Killbox. Eventually, I will give them Gatling lasers. I will give them combat armor. We're going to work a bit on that tonight with the Minimen as well. Now, again, so right now, they're a bit too far. It's being obscured. So let's go down, lend a little hand right down here. And there we go. That was 2 legendary gunners, by the way, right there. And of course, now I've got legendary weapons. It's like they're delivering free loot to you. They're like, here's some free loot, Kismet. I'm like, hey, thanks. My settler's going to love that. Right? So we've got, of course, Ripper of the Duelist, which is a great legendary. We're going to add that to our legendary museum eventually. And of course, in here, we've got combat armor and whatnot. Now, normally, I grab everything they got. Now, the reason why I do that, of course, is to equip everybody as I go along. Like my companions, you can see I've got Deacon here. He's in some combat armor, and of course, he's got a Gatling laser there, ready to rock and roll. Of course, later in the game, I will stop kind of super looting, and I will loot just the stuff. Ooh, a combat armor with a legendary on it. Nice. That's especially good early on in the game. But I'll grab the stuff that is fairly light. Usually the first 4 or 5 things are the light stuff. And then when you get to the armor and the weapons, that's the stuff that starts getting heavy, which will make you overburdened. But here we go. We're going to go ahead and just grab it anyway. Now you can see that I'm overburdened. And of course, your companions will tell you to drop it, whatnot, but don't listen to them. They don't know what kind of responsibilities you've got. We're trying to rebuild the wasteland here. Now here's some shotgun shells, which is nice. Over here. Nuclear protection. Now, before I even loaded in, the Kismet Killbox right up there annihilated all of these people. I didn't have to do nothing. I didn't have to lift a finger. They got wiped out. Again, I love gunners. Gunners are my favorite ones to attack because they usually have some decently good stuff that you can either sell or you can go ahead and use for your companions. I love them gunners. It's like free loot. There we go. Now, I also have a mod right there. You can see it. I also have a mod running that will show me the people in yellow or any dead peeps that or any lootable peeps that got killed by my companions or by my settlers or by myself that I can find. This way it helps it because, you often lose your loot because you don't know where the heck it was because you're in the middle of a firefight. And they, of course, killed it over that way, and you killed it over this way, and you're like, where did all the loot go? So that is a great mod as well. That's the first one on my mod list. It's called Loot Detector. Now, also what it will do is it will show anybody who is slacking off at your locations in purple. Now, it does take a little bit to kick in, so you might roll over some peeps. We can see we've got people here scavenging. You can see I've torn down this house here. Scavenging. Oh, wait, there's somebody doing nothing. Now, eventually, that particular person right there should turn purple. that tells me that that person is slacking, though they did add the settler menu eventually, which also tells you what your settlers are up to. One of the drawbacks of Fallout 4 VR, by the way, is that when you roll over people in Fallout 4 VR, it's not red. So it doesn't say whether they are assigned or unassigned, which is not good. Not good. Hopefully they'll fix that eventually. But you get the idea. So if I go back out again, eventually this will kick in and show me all of the people who are slacking big time. But it does take time. It does take you time to be there. You might be building for a little while, and then boom, it will kick in eventually. So that is this kind of a basic build here. All these people are scavenging. They're producing materials that I can, of course, use to build other settlements. Now, the last time I was here, I picked up everything. I picked up everything from the settlement and took it with me. So that means that every single thing here that's in this list is stuff that they collected. They collected all of that. So I didn't have to. Now, of course, this settlement is connected to the rest of my settlements, so I can connect and utilize those resources no matter what settlement I'm at. So that's really important if you want to make it nice and easy on yourself, so you don't have to go to every single settlement and pick everything up. There we go. Now, that is what I call a basic build. It's actually lower than a basic build, but you get the idea. It's got a kill box. It's got some food. It's got some lodging. We've got lodging over there. We've got food over here. I'm sure we've got water somewhere around here. Let's see, where did I put the water? On a workshop. Yeah, we got 21 water. Yeah, it is right over here. So we just got some basic water. That's usually what I will start with. Mute fruit or whatever you've got. If you've got potatoes or melons or whatever, I would use those. Some basic water pumps. And I've actually given them a little bit better beds. These are actually part of Snap Beds, a mod that I'm using. But I would just put sleeping bags down and maybe give them a roof. Or maybe not, right? Because you only got so much resources in the beginning. You only got so much resources in the very beginning. So you want to watch out. Doesn't let me get rid of this one piece right here. That drives me crazy. Drive me crazy. I try, everybody, but, you know, I got to work within the limits. And there we go. So that is a basic build. Of course, we've got the radio beacon constantly bringing new people in as well. So let's go ahead and save that. Now let's go see a build that I did that is a mega build. That is way above and beyond what you need to build. Again, it started as a basic build. I moved it up to a super build, and then I went to a mega build when I have enough resources. And watch as the kill box does their job, and of course my settlers do their job as well, owning it up big time. Now, again, I don't have to lift a finger. They will take care of everything eventually. They will take care of their own settlement. They'll be able to defend their own settlement. And that's the ultimate goal of the settlement, is that everybody can take care of it so you don't have to. That guy's dead. Superman's coming in. That was it. That was literally it, everybody. That was it. I literally got in. The rocket turrets took care of it. People, of course, triggered and started shooting at it and whatnot. Now, look at this. We've got some long shot turrets over here. Now, notice how I can see them in red. I get that. It's probably the most common question I get here in the stream. Kismet, why is everything red? And that's a great question. The reason why it is red is because I'm using the targeting HUD on my power armor. You can use it in the base game. It's part of the vanilla mods that you can do to your power armor. And I'm going to go in here. I'm going to show you that here on my power armor. Now, I've got some really advanced power armor right now that I got from Nuka World. But you can get the idea. Here it is right here. Right over here, targeting HUD. So it's a mod that you can do using the basic mod stations. Again, if you're in Fallout 4 Vanilla, which means there's no DLC, no mods, no nothing, you can do this. You can do that. And then what it does, it shows you active targets that you can shoot. Now, I can shoot my own turrets. I would not suggest it. I can shoot my own people. I would also not suggest it. But it also shows me way off in the distance here. Now, you can barely probably see it. But right here, you can see we've got a turret that's red there and a turret that's red here and whatnot. And we can try to take them out from way over here.
Don't mean to do this, but I don't think we're alone. But I think we're being watched. Sometime incoming.
Like that. So it shows me very, very far away targets. Now, there's somebody over there. I can see them in that bus. right? So it shows me targets from really, really far away, right? Like I can see over there, there's some animals or whatnot that maybe we can aggro. And then... there's something over there. And as you can see, these bugs are coming in now. So you can draw mobs into your base as well and use your Kismet kill box to wipe them out to get even more loot. And there's somebody definitely over here. There was somebody over there who got wiped out. Probably a ghoul respawned and came back over here toward my base. Looks like there's one over there. I can't quite target him. He's a bit far away. Let's go check it out. Let's go check it out, everybody. Right over here. Oh, yeah, that was a ghoul that tried to run up on my base and got annihilated. All right, and then over here. There's a ghoul that got rocketed, and then it got down, but it's behind the thing here. Oh. Right here. There he is. He definitely got hit, got knocked back, and then he's down behind the thing, so my turrets can't quite reach him. Of course, Deacon...
You ain't dull. I'll say that.
Gonna take care of him for me. Thank you, Deacon. Appreciate that. And as you can see, now that is a mega build, everybody. Look at the size of that settlement. That is a beast of a settlement there. Now, of course, again, I don't shortcut, I don't cheat, I don't glitch, I don't give myself unlimited stuff, I don't play creative mode. That was all earned. That was walking around, building up settlements, collecting resources over my entire gameplay, and then, of course, at the kind of later part of your gameplay, you can go in and, of course, build massive structures like that. Now, I've also overridden the max build size of the locations using a mod, but typically I try to work within the build limit. But this kind of stuff, if you want to build this, you will definitely have to override it. Be careful. Be careful because you can also slow your machine down. You can cause anomalies in your machine. Even one of the builds that I just did at Norhagen Beach, it's so humongous that even the textures stop loading, even on my Epic machine, which is pretty nice. Now, if you would like to see what kind of machine I have and what stuff I have in it, is down below the stream. As well as I have a list of all my stuff in my studio on my webpage, kismetbp.com. There you go. And, of course, we got people hanging out. What's up, girl?
And just like that, the Institute was gone in a puff of smoke. Thanks to the Minutemen.
Thanks to this guy. Thanks to that guy. Now, as you can see, some people spawned in my base, and they've got instantly annihilated. Now, this is why I consider walls to be fairly useless. Because look at this. They got in my base. How did they get in my base? Right? They could have came through the door. But if they came through the door, then the kill box would have triggered on them in the door. This tells you that they actually spawned inside your base, which I think is hacks. I consider that to be hacks. Right? They should not spawn in your base. They should spawn by your base, and of course then come toward your base, and so on. Of course, I could close these doors to defend, but they will still spawn inside your base. That's why I find walls to be mostly useless. Of course, more people over here decided they wanted to spawn, but they died as well, as you can see. Before I even lifted a finger, of course, the kill box from over there and over there did a crossfire on them and wiped them out, which is nice. And, of course, I just get to come along and pick up all the free loot. Appreciate that. Now, of course, I also look like the hero because I show up, the Kismet kill box does the job, and then, of course, they all look at me and say, "Thanks for helping me, Kismet. Wow, you saved our settlement. We would have all died without you." Yep. Okay, if you want to labor that praise on me, I'm down for that. Now, also, that allows us to, of course, finish those defense quests, which, of course, makes the people happier. It brings their happiness up because they know the Minutemen will respond and help them out when in need. Now, eventually, you can build it up where they can defend themselves. You give them armor, you give them weapons and whatnot, and a good amount of the time, they can defend themselves. You don't have to show up every single time. Though, sometimes I just say, forget it, and I don't feel like going over there, and I let them do their thing. Now, I also take my stuff back, speaking of mega builds, to my third main base. So I start Sanctuary, I go to Tavern and Boathouse, and then from Tavern and Boathouse, I go to Spectacle Island. Spectacle Island being the largest place you can build in the Wasteland. Now, of course, I've got another mega build. Now, this particular mega build is my mega vault and also my production and sorting facility. That's right, it is where I put all my legendaries. It is where I manage all of my stuff as well along the way. So let's go in here and let's go ahead and hit T to drop all that in there. And we're going to go ahead and put all our other stuff in here, like all these weapons, like so. And we're going to go in, drop off all these fragment grenades, all this random loot that we get. And I do this very early in the game. I will, of course, loot everything, bring it back, use it either for my companions or for my people at my settlements, and so on. Oops, now sometimes I'll accidentally take my armor off, which drives me absolutely crazy. I do it all the time. Right there. I do it all the time. It drives me crazy. Actually, that's right arm. Right arm. One of the things you can't do is you can't... there we are. I believe it's this one. All right. +1 strength and endurance. I forget. It's probably that one. It doesn't really matter. I have really, really great armor. So one of the things that happens is it kind of goes up. Like you saw that it bumped up instead of scrolling down when I was putting it into the thing. That can be really annoying because you can accidentally put your stuff in there. I would like it so you could lock it. Did I just put my chest armor in there too? I think I just did. There it is. Yep. I would like the ability to lock it in the game. Hopefully in Fallout 76, we do have the ability to lock our apparel. That would be awesome. Now, also, I can't do it while I'm in my power armor, so I have to get out of my power armor. Like so. Then we'll go in and, of course, put our pieces back on again. And there we go. Now, each of my different pieces, they have different bonuses and whatnot. Helps out. Helps out. A big time. A big time. All right. Now we're going to go ahead and take our power armor and go ahead and repair it because we've been out having some fun out in the wasteland. Oh, we got to put the rest of our stuff in there, though. Now, I also picked up a bunch of resources. You can still see that I am a little bit overburdened. I'm going to hit T to drop that in there, which I already did, apparently. I'm going to go ahead and drop all the rest of the stuff in here. Now, in every mode other than survival mode, some of this stuff does not have a weight. Great examples like ammunition, stem packs, things like that. It does not weigh you down. But in survival mode, pretty much everything has a weight other than stem packs. You can offload all that stuff, of course, into your main thing here. Like that. And we're going to go over here like this. And we're going to go ahead and craft and repair like that. Now, some people come in my stream and they're like, Kismet, you're using power armor. Yeah, I like the jetpack. What can I say? I like the jetpack. What can I say, peeps? You know, there's always those people who feel like they're above everybody else, right? They're like, I'm elite and I'm level 497 and I don't use power armor and nanner. And I'm like, all right, awesome. More power to you, bro. It's your game. You play it how you want. It's my game. I'm going to play it how I want. There we go. Like building mega areas like this, which is my manufacturing area. As you can see, I've got a gigantic sorting area here. This is part of the Contraptions DLC. Over here, we're using this to convert raw junk or junk into raw resources. So then, of course, we can come over here and build ammo, weapons, armor, fusion cores, whatever we want to do. We can do that right over here. And of course, we got a couple more recyclers running over there on that other side. As well as we've also got an area over there for vending. And of course, over on this side, this is their sleeping quarters right over here. Now, one of the ones I rarely ever show here on the stream is that I have a little bit of a switchback here. And I've moved this up to the top so that it doesn't get damaged or destroyed. And I never really have to worry about it again way up here on the top. And that is my food. Now, you might notice that I'm not using mute fruit. In this particular case, I'm using potatoes, which are potatoes and tomatoes in one. That's what potatoes are. Now, potatoes are the #1 food that they like to eat in the wasteland. They are also fantastic for making vegetable soup and other things that you will need to make from food that you find. Mute fruit from this, from stuff you find like blood leaf and so on. So I do like to have a nice, good farm of potatoes here. And of course, we've also got the ability to call them. And again, purified water right now producing about 3,000 purified water here at this particular location. The way you can tell beyond 999 is you go to workshops. You go ahead and choose your workshop, in this case, Sanctuary. Right now it says I've only got 1,800 going. So we know there is something up, right? There's something going on with my power or something that is causing it not to have enough power out there. So we've got to figure that out. Is it my main power? No, it looks pretty active to me. How about over here? Do we got these two going? Go ahead and go in our workshop mode. They look green to me. So we got 720 going there, 720 there, and 500. 500 and then 100 and 100. We're doing good.
Good and smart, master, so that I may talk. Squirrel!
All right. I do see chat there, Raz. I'll take a look in a second. I've been reading it as I've been walking around. Right down here, of course, we're going to go check out the power armor. Or use our power armor to run down here. Or we could just run normally. And see what's going on with our purified water. Because we should be producing way more than that. Because of last time we know we checked. So we go over here and we roll over it. It should show us whether it's on or not, right? If it's red, then it's not on. If it's not red, then it is working fine. In this case, it's going to be yellow because I'm in my power armor. Green if you're not in your power armor. And there we go. Looking sweet. Looking sweetness. As you can see. Nice, nice. Okay. So my power armor seems to be working just fine. And we'll go ahead and work our way down the other way. And we'll just kind of keep swiping across here to see if there was any damage. Especially the, what I call the root one. If you have one that is the connected one, and then of course everything else chains off of that one, which in this case is this one right here. If this one is out, then all the rest of those purified waters are out. So you can go in, of course, create a redundant connection, multiple redundant connections if you want, because it doesn't take that copper it used to back in the day. Again, we'll keep going here, and we'll take a look across here. Looks good to me. Looks good to me. All right. Now, sometimes what it is you just go and you check it out, and you walk around a little bit, and then when you come back, all of a sudden, even though I didn't change anything, I didn't do anything, now it's properly registering how much water I'm producing. 3,280 purified water at this one location. Now, of course, this is an island, and we have not tested the max limit. I think that's the most purified water I've ever put here in my 6 playthroughs, or 2,500 hours here in Fallout 4. But we're going to put it all the way around the entire island to see what the maximum is. Not tonight, but we are eventually. Tonight, we're working on the castle. So I hope you liked that great intro. That was a pretty big intro. Into how to get started in Fallout 4, how to become a wasteland tycoon like me, and of course like all the other epic people here in the channel as well. So let's get back to the castle build. Of course, we had to help some peeps. What do we got over here? Kill the bruiser. We'll get back to that later. Castle. There we go. So let's get back to our castle build. Now, our castle build, we are going to do a vault at every single location. That is kind of part of the mega building that I am doing, or the mega run that I'm doing. So we have built a vault at many different locations. Of course, you can build a vault not just in Vault 88, but eventually you can build it throughout the rest of the world.
I got something important to say. I really appreciate you putting up with my bullshit. Truth is, it's been a long time since Friend, I'm a liar. Everyone knows it. I make no secret of it. Because the truth is, I'm a fraud. To my core. When I was young, a hell of a long time ago, I was, well, scum. I was a bigot. A very violent bigot.
Let's talk.
We all make mistakes when we're young.
A mistake or two, yeah. But what I did? I ran with a gang in University Point. We called ourselves the UP Deathclaws. For kicks, we'd terrorize anyone we thought was a synth. We kept egging each other on. Started with some property damage, graduated to some beatdowns. Then Inevitably. A lynching. The Claw's leader was convinced we'd finally found and killed the synth. Looking back, I'm not so sure.
I'll withhold judgment until you finish.
Thanks. So I turned my back on my brothers, broke all contact. Time passed, I became a farmer, if you can believe that. Then, one day I found someone. She saw something in me I didn't know was there. Barbara, well, she just was.
Leaving the Death Claws took a lot of courage.
Leaving wasn't free. They took it out on my sad hide. But by the time I met Barbara, they'd moved on. We were trying for kids, eking out a living. Then one day, it turns out my Barbara, she was a synth. She didn't know that. I certainly didn't. I don't know how the Death Claws found out, but there was blood.
Sounds like karma sucker punched you. I'm doing that one.
Sounds like karma sucker punched you.
That she most certainly did. I don't remember much clearly after that. I know I killed most of the Claws. I must have made a big impression. The railroad contacted me, figuring I'd be sympathetic, seeing that I lost my wife. And, well, what I did afterwards...
After what happened to my family, I can understand.
I thought you might. I don't even know why I lie anymore. But I can't tell the truth. Everyone, Tom, Dez, you, even that asshole Carrington, they deserve to be on the railroad. I don't. I'm everything wrong with this whole fucking Commonwealth. You're the only friend I got. I don't deserve you being okay with this. Hell, I'm not even asking for it. But I figured you should know.
There you go. Everyone's got a pass, bro.
Hey, everyone's got a past. The important thing is you're trying to make up for it. I'm still on your side.
I'm not the hugging type. So, yeah. Good talk.
Boom! And unlocked yet another perk from Deacon. Deacon is unlocked there, everybody. Having reached the highest level of affinity with Deacon, you have gained the Cloak and Dagger perk. Now, I'm going to tell you what that perk is about. Now, if you don't want to hear about it, you want to put your fingers in your ears going, nanner, 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 Kismet, I can't hear you. Because here we go. We're going to go check it out right now. Over here, let's go into our stats, into our specials, or no, into our perks. There we go. And of course, I have a mod that actually puts these in order, which is nice. So all your special perks are right next to each other right here. So Cloak and Dagger says, thanks to your relationship with Deacon, you receive a plus 40%. That's a huge amount. Stealth blade duration and deal 20% more sneak attack damage. So awesome. Awesome. Now, the first thing I do when my companion gets max affection is I trade with them. I see if I've left them with anything that I really don't want them to have, like all of this stuff. We're going to go ahead and take all that out of there. Take that shotgun, plasma rifle, whatnot. And we'll go ahead and take all his stuff away, but we'll leave him with his combat armor and all of that stuff. So he can use his base weapon and then, of course, have some combat armor. And then also, I shall banish him.
Hey.
Hmm?
Hi.
What's going on?
I will banish him
I think we ought to part ways.
to the
Another
most
time,
secure
then.
settlement in the wasteland, and that is the Mechanist Lair. That's where all of my kind of finished companions go. They go to the Mechanist Lair. They all chill out in there. Nobody ever gets attacked there. They're good. They're good. And then, of course, now I need a new companion to go along with my journeys. So I need to find my buddy Cogsworth. I think he's one of the few I have left to do, or maybe Strong. Did I finish Strong? I think I finished Strong. Let's go see. The way you can tell whether you finish people is to go in and look. There it is. Yes, we've already finished Strong. We've done Deacon. Watch out. I'm going to show you a whole bunch of these, so if you don't want to see them, now's a good time. Spoilers. Spoilers. We've already done Nick. We've already done Curie. We've done Piper. We've done Longfellow Deeds. And we did McCready already. We've done Hancock. And we've done Kate. So, of course, we've got a lot of bonus perks going because of all of those various companions that, of course, we have on our side. I like to get all the companions on my side. Now, one of the hardest ones, of course, to do is dude from the Brotherhood. What's his face? What's his face from the Brotherhood, and of course Cogsworth. So we're gonna go ahead and see if we can hunt Cogsworth down. I believe Cogsworth was back here at right here at Starlight Drive-In. We'll hunt him down later, but right now we're gonna go ahead and just do some building, and then we'll hunt those guys down. There we go. There we
Sounds
go.
not much, but it's something.
Let's see. You can see the whole dialogue in the mod. Yes, you can. That dialogue is a mod. Let's see. Just listening while I study for exam tomorrow. All right, no problem, Dragon Heart Stream. You're welcome to chill out and lurk all you want. Calston coming in saying hello. Welcome, welcome. There you go. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Doesn't feel like it felt like I did yesterday. Oh, don't feel like you feel different from yesterday? When I have a birthday, I feel just the same. I feel just the same. The funny thing is, no matter how old you are, you still feel the same most of the time. Unless you're like me, and you have medical issues as you get older, that sucks. Paladin Dance, there we go, Calston. That's my buddy Dance. Dance Revolution, as I like to call him sometimes. Yeah, Paladin Dance. He's fairly difficult to do, because a lot of sometimes what you're doing, like, is you're trying to, especially you're playing kind of middle of the road, or what I call the happy ending, where you're trying to get all the factions to work together as opposed to killing each other. And Paladin Dance does not like that. He likes it if you're strict and heavy Brotherhood, big time. Big time. So, all right. So, we've got, let's see where we're at compared to our thing here. Oops. Oh, my gosh. Look at that. I almost died. Look how close my hit points are. Wow. You're like, Kismet, what happened? I jumped down thinking I was in my power armor, but because I got out of my power armor talking to Deacon, pop a few stem packs, though I could use food, by the way. You don't have to use up all your stem packs. Where is my power armor? I have no idea what I did with it. Hold on. Over there, on the far side. Over there by my girl over here. I like this girl. Oh, we keep forgetting to go to her for resources.
Howdy.
Howdy, Ronnie. How you doing? Let's talk to Ronnie real quick.
Hey there.
Looking to resupply?
Always.
Let me see what you've got.
Here's what we have on hand.
Thank you, Ronnie. Now, she got a lot of 308 ammo. That's why I like her. She got also a bunch of fusion cores. We get a shotgun shell. They got 100 shotgun shells. So the Minutemen really are your buddies because they give you lots and lots of resources once you unlock the castle here. It's about 1,800. I don't have any purified water, so I'm just going to go ahead and use my caps. I got about 9,000. There you go, Ronnie. Have a nice day. Appreciate that. Now, again, we're trying to fly our way up here. There we go. To take a look at how tall we are compared to these stairs here. Looks like maybe one more level up that we can go. So let's go ahead and get back to it. And as you can see, we're building kind of an entrance first to get an idea of height levels and all of that stuff. Let's go ahead and put some thing in there. And then we'll look for a corner. There we go. And we'll just go ahead and fly on up there. Again, now if you're in your power armor, of course, when you fall, you take no fall damage. There we go. Should now be at that level. Yes, we are. And now we're looking good. Now, one of the things that I do like to do is, of course, have the ability to build out up here. And, of course, we'll do supports and all that stuff later. But now that we're at that level, we need to double check by simply checking how high up we are. Can we put lights on the ceiling? All right, that's the first thing we want to do. Yes, we can, right? So that we've got that style and good to go. We should have done that at Norhagen, but I forgot. So we're now up at the level of the antennas here. And as you can see, we can go ahead and build out now our mega vault. So we're going to go ahead and no longer need this. Let's take this out. Of course, I'm in my power armor to prevent me from falling to my doom. I'm surprised I didn't die in that last one. Let's go ahead and save. Speaking of dying, we're good. Where's your red shirt, bro? Where's my red shirt? I have like a whole bunch of shirts. I have a whole bunch of Kismet shirts. I have like 5 of them. So I go back and forth between my red shirt and my black shirt, if that's what you're asking. If that's what you're asking. I have a whole bunch of them. I don't see. It's like I don't even need to think about what I'm wearing. I'm usually wearing a red one or a black one, Kismet t-shirt. They're super comfy. They're like wearing a hug, so that's why I like them. They did a phenomenal job on my shirts. All right. Let's go ahead and see. Okay, so we've got our entrance. Now we need to think about, all right. We've got a scavenging station over here. We've got some general stations over there. We can probably take those out now. Right there. Take that out. It's my boy! Look, it's Sean. I found him. What's up, bro? How you doing?
Hey, Sean.
Dad, I was so worried. I thought I'd never see you again. Is it true? Did you really blow up the Institute? Why would you do that?
They were dangerous, Sean.
They were dangerous, Sean. To everyone in the Commonwealth.
Yeah, that's what Sturgis said. As long as you don't leave me, it'll be okay. You're not gonna leave me, right?
Don't worry, kiddo. I'm here for you.
Okay. Oh, before I forget, Father, he told me to give this to you. I didn't listen to it, so I don't know what it says. But I think it's important.
Sean holotape. Let's listen in. Spoiler alert, everybody. Massive spoiler alert. Coming up. Look out, everybody. Let's see. Holotapes. Sean's holotape.
If you are hearing this, then whatever conflicts you and I have endured are over. I have no reason to believe that you'll honor the request I'm about to make. But I feel compelled to try anyway. This synth, this boy, he deserves more. He has been reprogrammed to believe he is your son. It is my hope that you will take him with you. I would only ask that you give him a chance. A chance to be part of whatever future awaits the Commonwealth.
All right, well, got my boy. Now, of course, I'm playing the happy ending where 3 out of 4 factions love me, and they're not trying to kill each other currently. Of course, there's one faction that is very, very unhappy with me right now. And that faction has been blown up. So there you go. And I get the question all the time, Kismet, have you ever finished it on the Institute line? And that answer is no. I can't bring myself to side with them for any reason. I just can't do it. Now, of course, you guys can always try it. Go for it. I don't know what happens. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right for me to side with them. So, sorry, everybody. That's probably never going to happen because Fallout 76 is coming up very, very soon. All right, so let's go ahead and go in here and let's make some transitions. Now, what I'm going to do is transition from the kit here, and I'm going to make the top area here. I'm going to start with an atrium kit. I'm going to make the top area here kind of like their lounge, right? You come up here, and this is where you hang out. You have a good time. All right, so I need to transition from the vault-tec kit to other kits so I can utilize those. So I've used the atrium doorway. Now, of course, let's go ahead and try it with the concrete kit. I'm going to try to attach a floor here. You're like, Kismet, I thought the atrium floor attaches to the concrete kit. Why is it not working? That's because this is not an atrium floor. This is an atrium doorway. Now, of course, I did not make it. Don't blame me if the stuff doesn't snap together. But I will tell you ways to work around it here in the vault-tec kit, which is, of course, the most frustrating kit. I don't know why they didn't make it snap properly. I don't know. Maybe they ran out of time. I don't know. But here we are. We actually have an atrium floor. And then we'll go back here to the concrete kit. Again, concrete floor. Notice now that it is snapping to that floor. So great way to transition from your atrium doorways and use your atrium floors. Now, of course, I could have just used the atrium floor like that and then just snapped it like that. I didn't have to use the door. I didn't have to use the doorway. Now, the reason why I'm transitioning to the atrium, from the atrium to the concrete kit is I actually want to use the warehouse kit. Now, the warehouse kit has some really, really large stuff you can use. You can see we can use some ceilings here. We've also got some giant walls that we can use. It's one of my favorite things to use when I'm making very, very large windows and whatnot, right? Very nice. Now, how big do we really want to make this, right? How big do we want to make it? Do we want to make it so it goes all the way to the outside, right? Maybe we can make it where they could get up into the settlement from the second level. Do we want to put some vault entrances across here, right? And make a vault at the very bottom as well. It's really up to you wherever you want to go creatively. Now, this is about as high as I can build. When I get up any higher, like so, you'll see that I automatically get booted. Come on. Oh, a little bit higher. Little bit. It's just ever so slightly higher. Let's get over here. Missed it. But you get the idea. It'll kick me out of the workbench. So you always want to be aware of when it's going to kick you out of the workbench and whether you can put stuff up on the ceiling. So we're going to start with that, and then we're going to go ahead and use some ceiling, some roofs here. And of course, I want some nice glass ceilings so they have a nice area here. I'm going to go ahead and look for an angled one. Did I miss it? I know it's in there. There it is. Right there. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put this angled ceiling in here. And then what we'll do is we'll test and see again, which again, I forgot to do at Norhagen Beach, but we're going to try to be smart this time. And we're going to test and see if we can attach a light bulb up there. All right, so it doesn't let us attach there. Doesn't let us attach. Oh, there we go. But right about there, you can see that we are above our build limit. Right, so take that into account. If you want to light from the ceiling, I won't be able to do it right there. Because that should attach there. Right, it should attach in any kind of flat area, especially here on the side. Right there. And again, we can work our way down. You can see eventually it does allow me to do it down there. Of course, I can backslide and so on. We'll take that out. Let's go ahead and try a flat one over here. And we'll go to the warehouse. We'll try a flat roof. Something like this. Get that rotated properly. There we go. And then now again, we will try lighting. Because again, we're up to the maximum height we can build. There we go. See, the lighting will allow me to do the lighting no matter where I want. So in this case, I should probably flatten out the roof as opposed to make it a vaulted roof. Though I could go in and use the other ones that allow me to do kind of a mixture of both. Right, so I can go in, use the warehouse one, and I can use these ones here, which do a vaulted, but also do kind of flat roofs as well. So let's go in here, do that, and then instead of attaching it way up there at the top, which we'll try to do, okay, so it won't let me attach it way up there at the top. Okay, even though I could normally if I was down one more level, but I can also go in and just attach it right there, kind of in between, right? And that will, of course, fill that whole level and be just fine. It's really up to you. It's up to you what you want creatively in your settlements. There we go. I love to get blue Kismet t-shirts, my favorite color. Well, Brutal will be hanging around the stream because I'll be giving away a lot of epic loot during TwitchCon. So make sure to be building up those kiss caps.
He is a good and smart master, so that I may talk. Squirrel!
There we go. So you want to make sure that you build up your Kizcaps by hosting the channel and also going and retweeting. All of that gives you free Kizcaps. Use your Kizcaps, of course. The more Kizcaps you have, the more tickets you can buy for our contest and giveaway. I've literally given away thousands of dollars worth of games even I haven't played here on the stream. Hundreds and hundreds of games, as well as t-shirts, real life stuff as well, and even cash money here on the stream. So be building those up. And again, don't come time when I'm giving stuff away, don't be complaining to me if you don't have enough Kizcaps. I tell you nearly every single stream. There we go. Kismet got me into the Fallout series. Oh, awesome, Mikey. Yes, I love the Fallout series. One of my favorite series of all time. Very awesome. There we go. Redeem Dragon is not showing up. I don't know what that means. Redeem Scroll Chat. Chat Dragon is not showing up. What does that mean? The dragon hammer is not showing up. Did somebody do the dragon hammer? Showing up for me. The ape coming in, dropping the dragon hammer, crushing the follow button, becoming part of the Wasteland Tycoons. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Share it on FB count. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. All right, there we go. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep focusing on what we're doing here. So I'm just going to go with a plain flat roof this time, just so we can put light. And there we go. Lord Shakiranu coming in, dropping the dragon hammer, crushing the follow button, becoming part of the Wasteland Tycoons. Welcome, welcome to the stream. My name is Kismet. I'm a variety streamer on Twitch here, and sometimes they call me the Wasteland Tycoon. Now, that's actually not where we're going to put that wall. We're going to put that wall out much further. So we're going to go ahead and decide how big of a settlement that we want. Now, I want a fairly big settlement. And I wish there was a way to make a floor that was a glass instead of this kind of grating. But I don't like to use floors as gratings because, of course, they can shoot you through the floors, which is not good. And we're going to have levels down below, so it's kind of no point. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back here to the vault-tec kit. And we are actually going to use the vault-tec floor for what we're doing. And then, of course, we'll work around it to, of course, put our stuff in like that. And we're going to go ahead and just get a basic idea how far we want to go out. Now, I'm going to do a hanging Kismet kill box right underneath here, I feel like. And again, you could try to square it off to the thing, but I find that none of these settlements are truly square anyway, so it's kind of a waste. Now, of course, we need to watch out also for our artillery, so we're going to go ahead and just build it out like so. And I hope you don't mind if I speed up. If you do have a comment or question, feel free to let me know in the chat. Even use my name. It'll highlight red, attached to the top of my chat, and sit there until I respond to you. There we go. Thank you to Air Pearl. I think it is. A Harper. No, it's A Harper. Thank you so much for dropping the dragon hammer, crushing the follow button, becoming part of the Wasteland Tycoons. I butcher everybody's name. Consider it part of my charm. Welcome to the stream. Let's keep going here. All right, so we're building out the castle here. Now, this should be my biggest castle build I have ever done. Typically, I work within the parameters of the base game and do not use mods. But in this particular playthrough, we are doing our first modded playthrough with the build limit turned off. This will allow us to really build a lot of stuff. Now, I'm just setting up kind of a base width and length of my base to get a kind of a feel for it. I don't spend a lot of time doing the underpinnings or the supports until the very end, and even then I don't spend that much time doing it, but I don't like stuff to float just as much as you guys don't. There we go. Looking good. I'm considering that pretty good there. All right, now let's go in this direction. All right. And if we look down, if somebody's standing up here, can they shoot people down below? Easily. Easily we can shoot people from there. So we're looking good. So this is the beginnings of our mega vault here at the castle. Now, again, this is as high as we can build. If we go up any higher, we're going to get booted if we get up too high. I think it's right about there. Now, because this is flat, we might be able to put some power up here, so we'll go ahead and test that first as well. Oh, we can put a generator up here. We can put that one, and we can put this one up here on top. So, yeah, we're looking good. We built it just at the right area where we can build it up here on the top. Now, again, if I do vaulted, it's going to be just beyond the workbench where I can't put the light in. But I could do this in what I call back chain the power back down into the vault, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and use what we've already got here, right, which is part of our system here. And let's go ahead and use, I like to use the vault-tec ones whenever I'm doing the vault-tec stuff. So we'll go ahead and just put that right over here. Let's see if it lets us put it anywhere. There we go. A little too close. It's got to be down just a little bit. There we go. And we're going to run that there. Then we're going to run it down to the bottom, but also we're going to run it inside the vault through a window. And then we're going to back chain it through all of the levels of the vault from up here. That's right, from right there. This is actually going to power my entire vault through the walls and through the floors. So we're going to go ahead and back chain that there. We're going to go ahead and back down to there. And we're going to go ahead and work our way down here. And we're going to go ahead and take this part out right here so we have a window. And we're going to go back in the vault-tec kit. And we're going to put ourselves in an epic window. And we're going to get into it deep up in here. Right up in here. We're going to go ahead and put this one as a window. And there we go. So now we've got our power there. So now we've got to get it on this side of the window. And we also need to do a little bit of work here with our doorways and whatnot. So we're going to go ahead and put an atrium doorway right there. There we go. And of course we want to go in and put our corner one in, because this way it finishes out this edge corner as we're going along. We'll put that one in as well. And I'm just going to use the atrium kit as the flooring and as the doorway. And then I'm going to use, of course, the other kit, this one right here, the warehouse kit, to fill in a kind of nice spacious area where, of course, it's a bunch of light and all that kind of cool stuff. But we do need to get this in through the window. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to, again, run that power right in here. Now I'm going to go ahead and just make it, let's go ahead and put it on this side. Like it's just so it's kind of at an angle like that, so I can bring it in and then wrap it around the corner. Now why do I want to wrap it around the corner? Well, that's because I'm going to put a flat wall here, right here. If I can find it, back this way. There we go. I'm going to put a flat wall there. Again, we're going to need a nice rounded or pop-up edge here. Now, you will find that I build stuff and I take it away, and I build it and I take it away. I do that a lot, just because I'll decide something different as I go along. So now I need that power to run around the corner here and attach to this wall. Now, I'm going to prove to you that it actually does back chain power from this power generator, which takes a lot less nuclear material to run, and it will power your entire vault. And I will show you how to do that here in just a second. Let's first get our stuff run right here. And we're going to go ahead and put this one in the corner as well. And try to edge that corner so we're getting it in two directions at the same time. There we go. Not quite. Go ahead and put it here. Not quite again. So we've got a little bit of an edge problem there. Nudge that forward just a little bit. There we go. And again, on this one, we'll see if we can go ahead and edge that just a little bit. Doesn't want to let me. All right. We'll work with this one a little bit more. Get that edge locked in there as best we can. Now, sometimes you need to move up. Sometimes you need to move side to side. Sometimes I'll have to put a second one there. Now, another thing you can also do is you can simply use one of these right over here and put one of these right here in the corner and run it like that. But of course, I like it. I prefer it to run along the wall. So we'll go with that, and we'll go as far as we can. I will most likely need a second one there. Let's say right there. Now what I'm going to do is go ahead and put this connector on the wall. This is one of my favorite things in the vault-tec kit. It is absolutely, that is quite amazing. Now we're also going to go ahead and put a light up here, and you're going to see that our light does come on. The reason why that light comes on there is because of this. This is a wireless transmitter. It's transmitting wireless power. So now what we want to do, of course, is we want to light up the rest of our vault. But let's go ahead and go all the way to the bottom of the vault, and we'll go ahead and take the quick way. Whee! Look out below! All the way here to the bottom, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to put a light bulb and a transmitter here at the bottom. Now, it's not going to work currently because we have not connected it. So we're going to go ahead and put it right here so you can see that it does not work. Let's go ahead and put a wireless transmitter on the wall right here that is only going to attach to the wall, by the way. It's not going to attach to anything else. There it is. All right. Now we're going to walk all the way back up to the top, and we're going to finish that connection so that you can see that it's going to connect all the way down from the top of the vault all the way to the bottom. Right over here. I think it's floating a little bit. I might have to fix that eventually. But let's go ahead and see if we can connect. Not quite. Not quite can connect it. That's okay. We'll go ahead and make another connector here. No big deal. No biggie. Again, we'll put another connector on this side. Something like that. And we'll connect those. And we'll connect from here. It's going to let me. There we go. From here to there. Now, in theory, that light bulb at the very bottom of the vault should be working. So again, down we go. Look out! Try not to land on my people. Did I just blow your mind? Did I just blow your mind? You're like, oh, Kismet! That is awesome, bro. That is awesome. That should have blown your mind right there. That's right. You can back chain power by running the power into a wall area, and then it will, of course, power the rest of your vault. Now, of course, I could have put it on the ground right here and just run it up to attach it there, and then it would run all the way up the vault as well. There we go. There you go. Bert, hey, Bacon Toast Bob coming in. Hey, I remember watching your videos on YouTube. I forgot you stream somehow. I've been streaming for 3 years. I'm a partner streamer up there. This is actually what I do for a living. Do I make any money? Absolutely not. I give it to all my mods and take them to TwitchCon and donate to get you guys epic loot here on stream and stuff like that. But it is a lot of fun. Hopefully one day it'll pay me back. But right now, I'm not focused on that. Right now, I'm focused on doing what I love to do every day, getting myself out of my bed, working on my health, inspiring you guys every day. That's what I love to do. So thank you so much, Bacon, for coming in, dropping the Dragon Hammer, crushing that follow button, becoming part of the Wasteland Tycoons. Welcome, welcome. So there we go. So back chain that power. I know it's awesome. It's awesome. Now, if it didn't have a roof, by the way, you could just chain it right from there, right onto there. As well as if you had a vaulted roof, you could eliminate all of that. Let's go ahead and try it with a vaulted roof. Let's go ahead and take that power out of there. By the way, you can see the light bulb is now off because I took that off. We're going to go ahead and grab this. We're going to put it right down there. And we're going to go ahead and see if we can grab these. Take this out for a second. There we go. Take those out. And this is often why I'm in my power armor, so I can jetpack around. All right. So we can also take this and we can just put it in here, create a vaulted ceiling, a 2-level ceiling, and do that. Now, one of the problems with this thing, though, hear that running? I can't stand it. It drives me crazy. It drives me crazy. That's nice, right? When you're sitting and chilling out and whatnot. Now, we can put that on the roof. Now, of course, the worst ones are these ones. And, of course, at the very beginning of the game, all you would have is these things, and they'd be by your base or somewhere in your base, and they would just be so incredibly loud. You can see it on some of my mega builds where I have them above the thing. It's just so incredibly loud in there. So eventually, I would start building them way far away and just running the power. But in our case, we're here at the castle, so not much stuff attacks from behind, back there, right? So we can go in there and we can, again, do some back chaining of power from over here, right there. So what we're going to do is kind of, this is the safest part of the castle, right? Because stuff's going to attack from that side, stuff's going to attack from over there, but rarely does anything ever attack from behind here. But if it does, I'm going to have a Kismet kill box to wipe it out eventually. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and use one of my techniques that I use quite often very early in the game to have my stuff elevated so it doesn't get damaged as much, and that's to use one of these shack bridges. Now, rarely do I ever use these shack bridges for anything other than the fact to hold something up, like a power line or something like that. So I'm going to go ahead and put this shack bridge in here, right there, and then we'll go ahead and bring our power, and we'll put our power there so we don't have to listen to it whining away the whole time while we're sitting in our lounge. Right there. So there we go. So it's going to be way over there, away from the vault. And same thing. Now we need to get the power from here all the way up to there. And let's go ahead and actually take a moment here to build a bed. And you're like, Kismet, why are you going to build a bed right there? Well, that's so I can forward time, so I'm not building in the dark. There we go. So let's forward time, and we'll continue on here building in the dark. Not building in the dark. Hopefully it's not rainy or nothing like that. I do have a weather thing where I can go in a weather mod that allows me to go in and actually change the weather. But I just like to forward time. That works as well. Currently, I'm at 2289, by the way. Does anybody know what date that you start? That's a good trivia question in the chat. What date do you actually start Fallout 76 or Fallout 4? Anybody know? See, a whole bunch of you are Googling it right now. A whole bunch of you are Googling it. See who can find it first in the chat. All right, here we are. It's a beautiful day. Look at this. Much better. So we're going to get back in our power armor. Let's keep going. What's your overall view on the Creation Club and 2287 October 23rd? There you go. There you go. That's some good Googling. My overview on the Creation Club is in these two parts. First part, it's a great idea. I like the idea of supporting mods who work a lot, modders who go in and make a lot of excellent content and whatnot. And if they can make a buck or two along the way, awesome. My second point is that paid mods are a faux pas, meaning that people expect them to be free. When people expect stuff to be free and you start to charge for them, of course, it's going to piss them off, especially when they were offered for free before and now they're not offered for free. Now, I'm all down for people who make amazing mods to be able to officially go through Bethesda and then have their mods work through them, right? And say, look, this is what I'm trying to build. How could I do this? Could you guys give me some insights on doing that? And of course, Bethesda helping them produce their mods and then, of course, putting it up on the Creation Club. Now, with that said, I can tell you that I've bought 0 on the Creation Club. Now, I'm usually down for buying cosmetics and things like that, supporting the company. I am totally down for that. Of course, it's supporting whatever next project they're working on. Great example, Guild Wars 2. I would buy a lot of cosmetic outfits, a Katina, a red outfit, some, big hammer or whatever that just looks cool. Gives you no advantage. All it does is it looks cool. I'm down for that. I'm down for those type of microtransactions. If you're going to give me a huge advantage by buying something, then it's a fail. That's pay to win. Nobody likes pay to win. The reason why people don't like pay to win is because people will just do so, and it neglects all of the time that you have spent collecting and forging and gathering and raiding and doing whatever you were doing to unlock that achievement that you have spent so much time on. A great example, Lord of the Rings Online. I spent 6 months, and I was like a horse collector, which is the most expensive thing you can collect in Lord of the Rings Online. So I'd go and I'd run these dungeons, and I'd run them again and again and again, and hours and hours and hours go by, 20, 40, 50, 60, 100 hours I would spend with my team grinding this out so everybody could get their achievements, so everybody could get their stuff done, and then, of course, it gives you a reward and all of that stuff. So what they did is they added a stream store, right? And then, or they added a Lotro store. And they said, oh, no, we're not going to have anything that's pay to win. And we're like, okay, cool. Then we're cool with it then. Then it was really obnoxious, by the way, because it would pop up all the time. That's really obnoxious. And then not more than 2 weeks later, they went back on their own word and they put the achievements that I had spent 6 months doing in the stream store so you could just buy them. So that makes my whole hard work and all that stuff of having those unique items that took a long time to gather. Great example also is becoming a Jedi. Star Wars Galaxies, right? Some of you know what I'm talking about, right? You had the ability, you spent all this time, you put all this effort into it. You're like one of the few people who unlocked that particular thing. And you felt like, all right, cool, I made it. I got this awesome achievement in here. It makes me unique versus everybody else, or at least more unique than anybody else. And now I've got it done, right? And then, of course, they let everybody be a Jedi, right? And, of course, that went, that game went down the tubes. They made some real bad choices on that, according to my members. So, of course, I did not play it. That's just the feedback I got from my members. So there you go. So that's my take on the Creation Club. I like the idea. I like the premise of it. As long as it benefits modders and whatnot, I'm a big fan of modders because they do a lot of hard work and usually for free. Usually for free, and that's a lot of work, coding that stuff and making it work and figuring out how to make all that stuff work on their own free time. Right? You got to think they're doing that on their free time. They ain't getting paid. They ain't getting paid to do that. All right, so the same thing here. We've got this up on here. We're going to go ahead and do the same thing with our other one here. We're going to go ahead And put this one a little bit closer, maybe. Somewhere in here. As high up as we can. Let's say right there. And then we're going to go ahead and chain this up above. Let's go. By the way, great question, by the way. Great question. Add that up there. All right. So now we don't have to have that up on top, right? We can just go ahead and run this. And it doesn't matter where we run it, by the way. Doesn't matter where we run it. Kind of feel like this should move over that way. This should all move over. Because it's not lined up to my window. Hold on. Let's move this way over here. By the way, notice that the power on top moves over. And this moves over as well. Now, why am I putting it back like that? Why not just put it right here and then run it from there? Because sometimes there's stray fire that fires from down here when they're in the middle of it, and it might hit my power. And, of course, we'll knock out all my turrets and everything. So, we're just going to go ahead and create a little bit of a separation there. And now we need to get it from here, and we need to get it through that window. So, let's first see if we can go ahead and run it from here to there. Now, one of the things, actually, we should do is create some scaffolding to make it easier for us to build. And that's what I call scaffolding, basically some stairs, right? That we're going to go ahead and put down so we can walk in between where we're starting and in where we're going, right? Very, very easy to do. So we're going to go ahead and put our connectors in right over here, ba-bam. And then we're going to go ahead and run it right over there, easy mode. Easy. Now, of course, we want to get it through the window. So we want to go ahead and just, you know, to work our little bit of a magic here where we kind of angle it a little bit like that. There we go. Now we got it on the side of the window. Of course, that window will have to stay open, though we could put something over it and whatnot to get in there. And you're like, Kismet, how can you do it without running it through the window? Great question. Great question. So what we can do is we can add another area to the vault right over here and extend it this way. So let's go ahead and try that. We're going to call that our power extension. Its purpose is only to run over here. And we're just going to go ahead and use a hallway. And then use another hallway. And maybe even another one. Probably don't need that much. And there we go. So now we don't actually have to run it up through the window, right? And we don't even need the power pylon. And we don't even need the shack bridge. Because now what we can do is we can just take this, move it back again. Like this. And we can simply run it straight into the vault. So we're going to go in. We're going to go ahead and use that power again. And we're going to go ahead and put this on the wall. And we're going to try to angle it in such a way that we can run it directly from here to our power. And there you go. Your entire vault is filled with power. And you're like, no way, Kismet. No way is it that easy. Let's go take a look. So in theory, that light bulb that I did at the first floor should be on right now. And if it is, then we have a win. And it is on. There we go. There we go. So it is running throughout the entire vault. Now, of course, we also want to check in the opposite direction. Let's go all the way to the top of the vault. Right up here. And we've also got a light bulb up here. Now, again, this is something great to test very early on. Don't build your entire vault and then realize that you haven't figured out your power and stuff later. Now, right here, we can see that this one is currently not on. That's okay. We can fix that. We're going to go ahead and back up just a little bit here. Go in here. And swap this out. Checking my mod chat there for a second. All right. Let's see. We're using the Atrium kit. And let's go ahead and put that in there like that. With a flat wall like that, this is going to allow us to go in and simply put yet another one of those connectors in. Right here, which are my favorite connectors. Of course, watch the light. There we go. So that power is coming from all the way at the bottom of the vault from that one that's outside on the side. We can't even hear it. It's way over there. And, of course, it's using the floors and the walls to run, and the stairwells in this case, or this is called domestic stairs. It's running through all of that to get to the upper part. And that's what I love about the vault-tec kit. I think that is really, really genius. It does help a lot when you're running power. It does help a lot when you're doing all of your stuff. Very, very helpful. There we go. Using the Wasteland Workshop, I built a bus, then sunk the small 3 power generators in the back to make it look like I got the bus engine running to power the lights and TV. Ah, there you go, Bacon. That's a good one. That's a good idea. I like that. That's a good idea. By the way, if you do have some epic builds, feel free to send them to me on Twitter at Kismet, B like Bravo, P like Papa, down below the stream, and my mods will throw it in the chat. Feel free to throw me a picture of your epic build, and I might even show it on stream. You never know. You never know. All right. So we got that done. And let's keep on going, everybody. Let's keep this going. How are we looking on time? We're looking sweet, sweet, sweet. All right. All right. Now, of course, here around this edge here, I want to go and do some special stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and start to use these pieces. And I'm just going to go ahead, basically just kind of hide that stuff so we don't have to look at it. Take this out. And so on. And again, it's good to do this kind of blocking before you get too far. And then you realize, I think that's one more over. Yep, one more over. And then you realize that you wasted all of those pieces. And if I have extra pieces, oh well, I'll just go and utilize them elsewhere or scrap them eventually. I never scrap pieces early on, by the way. I always keep them for a while because you never know when you might need them. All right, there we go. And again, we no longer need this. We don't no longer need that. And we no longer need that one because we're using this one over here. Easy. Easy. Now we've got our entryway nice and squared away there. Now we're just going to do all the easy stuff, which is basically fill in the rest of that, and we're good. Now, we already have the ceiling here. The reason why I left the ceiling is just to make it easier for me to use the warehouse kit to fill in the rest of the area. Now, once you have one piece, of course, that one piece allows you to continue to add pieces to it, even if it is not compatible with the other pieces around it. Like in this case, we can see we've got this. Got to rotate it the proper way. Now, by compatible, I mean right here, we can go ahead and put a wall in. Now, what it's going to do is it's going to try to put the wall there, right? We can see we're just a little bit too far out here. Let's take this one, put it over there. It's going to try to put the wall there, which is what you want to do. Now, if I try to put this same wall right here against this atrium kit, it does work. You're like, Kismet, it works. Wait a minute. It works against the atrium kit. Yes, the atrium floor and the atrium floor only. It's a great kind of in-between piece that allows you to connect all of the kits together. So remember, atrium floor, not atrium wall, atrium whatever. It's got to be the floor that allows you to snap that there. So we could use those floors as well, but we're just going to go ahead and lead this out. And we're going to go ahead and get our windows like this. Now, that's pretty nice, but I would actually prefer to do the lower windows like this, because then you have floor-to-ceiling windows, which is pretty awesome. Like so. And we're going to go ahead and just fill that in like so. And we're going to have the most beautiful view of the Commonwealth here. All right, now right here, of course, we want the Kismet kill box, and we probably want to have a little bit of defenses here. So we're going to think about that. We're going to say, okay, well, we want a kind of a bit of a doorway right in that particular spot. So we're going to go ahead and think about that as we're going along. Now, sometimes it's going to get funky where sometimes it'll go outside or inside as you're putting it down. Sometimes you'll see it where the walls are kind of not straight. You can go back and fix that later. And again, we're going to go ahead and use this big door here. That's going to allow us to get outside, but still have the windows and whatnot. Sometimes they're very feisty. I'm using the left mouse button to rotate it. Sometimes it'll do that. Left mouse button. Try to turn it. Very feisty. I'll speed up a little bit. I hope you don't mind. And again, if you do have a comment or question, feel free to throw it in the chat. My name is Kismet. Feel free to use my name in the chat. It'll highlight in red. Stay at the top of my chat until I'm done being focused here. Oh, we got a bit of a problem there. See that? will not let me put that in. And that's probably because we're getting this obstruction from this that particular line. So we might have to figure a way around that. We might have to create kind of an inside corner, kind of like this, and then come back. Again, you want to solve all the problems up front, right? What problems are you having? Is there something in your way, right? That's not letting you get around that corner, like that, right? So we can't go that way, so that's okay. So we'll go back. We'll work around it. We'll go ahead and put in. Where's our walls? Here they are. Go ahead and put in our walls. We'll go ahead and turn it this way, like this. See, now it doesn't want to go that way. There we go. Now we'll go ahead and take this, put it over here, and so on. Now, if we can't put anything there, there's no reason to have it out there, right? And of course, we have this thing here that we can see, but we can also put a piece over that if we so choose. But now we can just go ahead and keep going and try to work our way around. Let's see if it works now. It's working now. There we go. Work our way around those obstructions. And some of you are thinking, Kismet, I just came in your stream. Where did you get all these resources? Well, they don't call me the Wasteland Tycoon for nothing. I make millions of caps here in Fallout 4, and I use them to buy resources, as well as I use them to win the hearts and minds of the Commonwealth in here as well. A little bit of funkiness going on right there. See how it went on the outside? There we go. Fix that. Again, same thing here. It's on the outside. That'll start happening on the second level. It'll start snapping outwards. Another little trick is to just do that first. And come on. Sometimes you just put it down first and then you pick it back up. Right? Pick it back up and that'll fix it. That'll fix that kind of awkwardness. There we go. So we've got them a nice, beautiful area here. Now, one of the funny things about this glass is that you can shoot through it and they can shoot through it. Which is kind of weird, right? It's kind of like transparent glass. You can see I'm hitting the ground. Right down there. Maybe you can't see. Like if I stand over here, you can see I'm hitting the ground down there, right? And if I'm behind the windows, you can see I'm hitting the ground. Which means that your people can be shot inside here. Now, the vault-tec windows don't have that problem. The vault-tec windows you can't shoot out, but also they can't shoot in. So be aware of that when you're building one of these. Also, I find no matter what I do, it still ends up raining inside my settlements. I just roll with it if I were you. Just roll with it. All right, roofs. Get back in here. And let's get back to our nice glass roof here. We're just doing a flat roof so we can put lighting in later. And the rest of this is easy. Just filling this in. Come on. Spoke too soon. Now, the hardest thing in Fallout 4, I find, is making it do what you want. And once you've kind of mastered transitioning from one kit to another, once you've kind of mastered doing this, notice how I'm walking in a straight line, letting it snap, and then doing it. It also aligns all of the pieces so they're all going in the same direction. If you're doing floors or certain ceiling tiles. You can also do it from up above, which is also a great way. Up on top of it. It does have a tendency to help. Get up here, and then we just do like this. Same kind of thing, but up above. Most of the time I prefer, if I'm going to do a large area like this, especially ceilings, is to do them from up above. I'm going to have a problem right here. Oh, or not. There we go. So we're able to bypass that problem. Very nice. Now I'm covering these areas right here so that I don't fall in there, or none of my companions fall in there as well. right, looking good. Now let's see here. Yep. Oh, another level up. All right, now I'm going to leave this place currently open for a reason, and I'm actually going to use these stairwells right here to try to, of course, get up to this upper level. Now, the weird thing about this particular stairwell is it is difficult to make it work. So we're going to go ahead and get a floor. We're going to go ahead and get a warehouse floor here. We're going to try to snap it in here, which is then going to allow us to utilize our stairwell and snap that in there as well. So that'll allow them, of course, to get to the upper level. Now, one of the problems with using stairwells to the upper level, of course, is then, of course, your ceiling is exposed and it could rain in there. Well, it's going to rain in there anyway. But you could also build up on top of it if you have enough space, which I seriously doubt we do. But we can try to build up above. Oh, we do. We do have the ability to do it. All right, awesome. So we can build up above it here. So we'll just do the kind of the same basic thing here. We'll go ahead and use our doorway first, like that. And you can see that it doesn't quite line up to the doorway, right? So what we really need is we need a big opening there instead of the doorway. Now, you could try to use your openings, but they typically don't work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of work around it. And actually, I could just use the doorway. But I'm actually not going to end up with that doorway at the end. And then again, we'll go ahead and use these pieces. Use that left and right mouse button to try to get it to snap. There we go. All we got to do is get one piece going. And then it will be fairly easier to let it snap. That'll drive me crazy. Cray, cray. Oh, and there it was. Spectacle Island's under attack. Over there. Gotta help Spectacle Island here. There we go. Now look at this. See, I can't build that, and I can't build that. And that's the whole point I did that. Is so that you can see that that wall works, but this one does not. Right? And then also in the end, you're also going to see, once you do all of that, and you go to put the roof in, that you can't put a roof on the top. So building all of that is useless. I'm just going to leave it open. We got to go help Spectacle Island. Hold on. Let's save. We just did a whole lot of stuff. Let's go. And let's go over here and watch the Kismet kill box do its job. Now, of course, if you've never seen my mega build here at Spectacle Island, you're in for a treat. It's my manufacturing and my home base. Typically about this time in the Commonwealth, I start a sanctuary, then Tavern and Boathouse, and then eventually here at Spectacle Island. Now, I don't need to lift a finger because the Kismet kill box gonna do the work for me. Same thing down here. And same thing over here. So what I do is I just kind of shoot at him. I could kill him if I wanted to, but that's just to speed him along. Trying to shoot rockets at me. Now I'm going to move back. It's going to make them run toward me. Usually. Come on. They'll make their way over here eventually. The reason why I shoot at them is try to hurry them up. They take a long time. Actually, let's just jump over here. Look at that soft landing. Yeah, you like that? Takes a little bit of practice. Now it's better. And thus, the Kismet kill box wins yet again. Right here. Look at that, baby. You can also use wood. You don't have to use concrete. You can use a couple stairwells and some flat wood. And bam. Good to go. Good to go. So anybody shows up, tries to attack my settlements, they are going to get smoked. Let's see what they got. A little bit of ammo. We'll just grab the ammo here. Again, later on you'll see that I just grab just the kind of the light resources or the resources I need to build settlements. I no longer grab all the rifles and all the armor and so on. Anybody else? And then, of course, I've got a convenient stove laying around in various different places. I can just hit T to drop that in there. Let's see. What else do we get? Some meat. There we go. Now, ammo is a great thing to pick up because you are constantly looking for ammo. Like right now, I'm mostly out of ammo. So you will be constantly trying to pick that up. These guys down here got owned. There we go. Look our way over here. Got a little bit of purified water going. About 3,000. Not a matter of being good if you can't play something due to collision. Yep. Can't play something, you can work around it or you can place it. I like to typically just work around it myself. Alright, where'd that other guy go? I think he went flying off this way. Actually, let's fix this out here too while we're at it. Now, there is some power coming from this boat over here. I can't remember. I think I took out the trees, but never bothered to come and take these out. I can see they're floating up there. Let's go ahead and store those in the workbench. Let's take care of that finally. Right out here. Now, here's something you never want to do if you still want to use this power out here. And that is to take out the node on the inside. If you take out the node on the inside here, it will actually stop working. Because you can't get that to work back again. At least in the base game, you can. If you have the Great Fixer mod that I have on right now, then you can do a lot of stuff that you normally can't do that is bugged in the traditional version. All right, again, there's my Mega Vault right there. Let's go ahead. Now, we could run inside, but even faster, I can just do some RP and say I'm going to take a vertibird up to my landing pad. Now, my landing pad on top actually does work. That is a vertibird, working vertibird landing pad. I am one of the very first people to ever be able to do it. I've never seen anybody else do it before me, as well as what I call the Kismet, the Kismet Workshop Mega Sorter. There we go. Day one of the Contraptions DLC, I did drop in there and made myself an awesome Mega Sorter, which does sort my entire vault. Which is pretty awesome. So I don't have to sort nothing. It does all the sorting for me. Pretty awesome. So we got that done. Let's see. Let's go ahead and save. Let's see. And again, I have 2,500 hours in game. This is my 6th playthrough. My very first playthrough with mods. I typically don't play through mods. I've played in survival mode, the new survival mode, the new survival mode in melee mode. I've played it even in Fallout 4 VR. A lot of fun. A lot of fun. All right, so we were doing 4-leaf clover last time. We've got that unlocked. Speaking of ammunition, I say we just go heavy into ammunition here. Try to finish that last one off. Looks good. Looks good. And I think that's it. Oh, there's where that guy was. He's right there. Oh, well. Oh, well. All right, back to the castle. Let's go. Let's go. Blanco de Blancs! What's up? Land on the roof and you just heard miles of glass shattering? Yeah, that would be cool. We'll see how good their system is compared to it is this time, right? In Fallout 76. General? They said it is an order of magnitude. What's up, Ronnie? Now, I have my quick travel target that's showing up right here, so I can talk to Ronnie most of the time when I come to the castle. But as you can see, we've started a bit on a mega build here at this particular location. Now, mega builds are just for fun. You don't have to build it at this level. I just do because I enjoy it. And I collect all the materials as I'm playing through. When I get about this level, that's when I start to upgrade all my settlements to mega builds. Our goal is to do a settlement, or do every single settlement as a vault. So each and every one have some sort of vault which they live. So here's their area here. Now, on this side, we're going to build a hanging, what's known as a hanging kill box right outside here, as well as we're going to utilize it for our guard stations. Now, do you need to use guard stations? Absolutely not. I don't use them typically out throughout most of the game. But I do like to go back and just kind of put some embellishment in, kind of like this. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Then we're going to go ahead and do that. Then we're going to take these out. Then we're going to put these back in like that. So I used the first piece to put the other two pieces down, and then now I can go ahead and do whatever I want. So we're going to go ahead and also use some rounded pieces. Say here, and there, and one there, and one there. There we go. Just for effect. Just for the design and the style. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go in, speaking of defense, and we're actually going to put in some defense. Now, if you have the vault-tec DLC, you will get some additional stuff like security desks and whatnot. I like to use these guard posts because they are pretty fun. Just put those right there and kind of line them up as best we can here. A little bit of effort there. All right, and then of course they're going to be standing right here. If anybody comes along, they're going to alert everybody else. Now, one of the drawbacks, of course, is it is blocking their ability to shoot. Right? So actually the smarter idea, if you are going to go in this direction and if you're going to be obscuring, is actually to turn it sideways like this, so that when they do turn to fire at the bad guys, that they have the ability, they'll be standing here, they'll be watching, right? And of course they can come here to the end and fire straight down if they so choose. And of course you can also put it down lower if you choose, but we're going to have what's known as a hanging kill box underneath there. So let's go ahead and work on that. So we're going to go ahead and fly our way down. We'll remove our current kill box. Like so. And we're going to go ahead and basically make a platform underneath there. Now, when you're trying to work with a bunch of different pieces, there's some pieces that you can use for offsetting and things like that. In this case, we're going to go ahead and use some walls and various stuff like that to offset the distances. So first we're going to go ahead and see if we can snap this in here. Sometimes it works a bit awkward because of the windows or whatever. It's not going to just snap in there like it should, right? So we can go ahead and just temporarily try to extend it by using maybe a longer wall and see if we can get that to snap. Currently not snapping. Again, we have some obstructions. So what can we do? Well, we can fly up. Get rid of that one. Get rid of that one. So it's not obstructing it. Now let's go ahead and try it again. Oh, there we go. There we go. All right, so we got that going. Now we can also use the smaller one. And we'll come back. We'll put that stuff in there. There we go. We're no longer obstructed. We can go ahead and use this to bring that down. And we'll bring that down to there. Now what this does is it allows it to be kind of down a little bit. And then, of course, I can hang it as far down as I so choose. I think in this particular one, maybe I'm just going to build the one level at the top. This way we'll have time to build some other stuff. But we're going to go ahead and just hang that down. Let's say, yeah, I kind of like there. I like there. Let's go ahead and go with that. Like so. And we'll take a quick break. We'll run over here. As the sun is setting. Or rising, one of the two. And we'll go ahead and save. Go ahead and save right here. I don't ever use mods. I play on PS4, but I build very detailed constructions. Same thing here, Bacon. This is my first modded playthrough. I have 2,400 hours here, and you can see some of my other mega builds as well on YouTube. Big time. Including one that's like a treehouse, one that looks like a spaceship, one where I have all the power armors all lined up and they've got like fluorescence and all sorts of fun stuff. All that kind of fun stuff on my YouTube channel. There's a whole playlist for that. And of course, you can find all that information down below the stream. All right, a little foggy here, a little foggy. Let's go ahead and go forward a little bit more. Let's see if that fog's going to burn off. Not quite yet. All right, let's go a couple more hours. Nope. Now, we can also use the Contraptions DLC to help us out with this, but then, of course, it doesn't last very long. So we can go ahead and make a fireworks launcher launch off the thing. But I just like to go forward enough. That's good enough. Where it's at least a nice day. It's sunny. You can see what I'm doing. There you go. All right. Now, again, I have 2,400 hours. I've literally built... I don't know, 50, 100, 200 various settlements. So I have been around before. I have been around before, and I've built quite a large amount of stuff. All right, let's get into it. So we're going to go ahead and go here, and we're going to go ahead, and again, we're going to go ahead and utilize this. Now, when we have 2 walls together, it allows us to snap our smart floor in there, which is what that whole point is. And then we can take out the bottom one. And of course, this is kind of a bit more advanced kill box than I typically do. But we're going to go ahead and just build that out right there. I kind of actually feel like that should be down 1 more. Hold on, let's take that down 1 more. Again, don't be afraid to change it as you go along. And we're going to go ahead, put that right there. Now, eventually, we're actually going to take all that out, but it's only there temporarily. That allows us to work. There's that T-Cow coming in, dropping the massive sub-love. Thank you so much. Unlocking that first slot there. You got yourself a little baby dragon. Make sure to take good care of him. He'll grow up big and strong and guard you for the whole rest of your life. There you go. All right. We're going to go ahead and put that right there. There we go. Again, I put an extra one there just to bring it down. And then allows me to put that platform there. Also, we can go ahead and put this out here like this. Now, of course, I feel like a little bit longer here. So we'll go ahead and make this just a little bit longer on this side like this. And I believe that ought to be good enough. There we go. Now, what I want to do is I don't really want to have this blocking my view of the turrets. So when they can fire in 360 degrees. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and use these poles as a separate connection here. Like so. And these poles are really great for offsetting, by the way. Come on. You can do it. I know you can. There we go. So now I can use it to offset. And offsetting basically means I'm going to kind of walk it over like this. And then I can go ahead and put a pole there. And then now it's connected by a single pole. Or I can do a double pole. I can do whatever I want right there, right? And it causes a little bit less obscuring of the thing. Now I can also do what's known as a center pole, right? Where you can just center pole right down in and do it that way. So let's do something like that because that's pretty fun. A little bit more difficult, but we can do it. First thing we do, of course, now it's raining. What we can do is, at least it's sunny. And we can go ahead and just use that wall in there. And then again, same thing. We can go in and walk this around a little bit to get it where we want it to go. This we can take out now. Yeah, notice I'm just moving the pieces around. There we go. To get them in the 4 corners that I want them to go. Simple as that. And you might end up with an extra piece or 2, but you'll be fine. So now you've got this really nice center area, which is not obscuring your turrets. Of course, it is a bit floating right now, but you know, hey, just roll with it for a minute while you're putting your stuff in. And again, there's 1,000 different ways to build. There's 1,000 different ways of doing the same thing that I just did. It's just to give you a general idea. Hey, Isaac March, what's up? Hope you're doing super good. Yeah, doing super good. Lord Scarrett says, only building mod I like is the one that replaces the artillery with the true 155mm howitzer. Ooh, which one is that, Lord Scarrett? Let me know. Let me know. You can, if you have some Kiz Caps, you can go in and request a mod through my stream store. And then I will add it to my mod list. And then people who read my mod list will also get a chance to try out those awesome mods. So feel free to suggest that mod. Kismet, what do you do with your small settlements like Oberlin Station, for example, says Dur Heartless? Normally I would just build them a small settlement, right? Great example is Oberlin Station, also the Hangman's Alley, and also the, whatever the name of that one is. I always forget the name of that one. One of the most useless settlements in there, and other than Boston Airport. It's right over here, Jamaica Plains. Very small settlements. Normally, if you're not using mods like I am now to override the building limit, you have a very, very condensed amount of stuff that you can do in a very, very small area. So all I try to do is to do the basics. Food, water, lodging, and defense. Make sure they got a roof over their head. Make sure they've got, of course, their Kismet kill boxes defending them. Maybe even kind of there's holes in the walls. You might want to fill in those holes with some walls, and just try to put a roof over their head, basically. Make sure they have enough food and water and all of that stuff. Just do a basic build. Now, if I did not have the mod overridden here, I could not build it at this level, at this location, because it simply would not let me do it. It would not let me do it at all, because I would run out of space. And that happens quite often. Quite often in the game that you will run out of space. So let's get in here. Let's go ahead and put in our defenses. Now what we're going to do is go ahead and build ourselves a Kismet kill box here. Now we're going to build a bit more advanced one. We're going to use our missile turrets here, and we're going to stick them on the side. Now what it's going to allow us to do, now we're going to put these way out on the edge. Normally I put them in the center, but I put these out on the edge so that they have, of course, the ability to shoot straight down. So if stuff spawns, see how far we can go out here. Right there. If stuff spawns, it can go ahead and fire straight down. It can defend the bottom of our settlement. Same thing over here. And again, if anybody walks up over there, they're going to get absolutely annihilated. Annihilated. Now, I do like to mix up my gun types. I do like to add some heavy turrets, depending on the type of mob that attacks, is how good that's going to work. And one over there. And one over there. And then, again, there's a whole bunch of different configurations of the kill box that you can try. This is a fun one I call the hanging kill box, where it hangs from up above. And we're going to go ahead and put in a heavy laser. Now, I do not connect them. Turn that down a little bit. I do not connect them together only like this. I find that that's a big mistake, because what's going to happen is that one's going to get knocked out, which of course is going to knock out whatever the power is attached to. It's going to knock out the rest of it. So what we want to do is we want to make sure I have a kind of a bit of a backup, so we don't have all of our turrets go out at the same time. And that's to use one of these power pylons, which does help a lot. Or you can go ahead and, of course, use the attachments up on the ceiling. But I like to use the power pylons and run individual lines like this. Now, of course, we can also run cross lines if you want to have a backup that way as well. That works pretty fantastically. And then, of course, we need to get it from this side to this side, and that's pretty easy because, of course, we've got this opening in the middle where we're not being obscured. So we can go ahead and run the power from this one to this one, and then same thing on this side for our various turrets. And again, if we want to do a redundant. Now, the cool thing is, at some point here in Fallout 4, they added the ability to run wires without copper. Now, copper used to get burnt like crazy because you would run all these wires and you'd be out of copper before you know it. Now, the other thing we need to do, of course, is run power over here. Now, we could run it down from the vault, which is fairly easy to do, or we can run it from way over there. Now, I find the more fun thing is, of course, to run it from the vault up above. So let's go ahead and go out of here. Let's go ahead and stand right here, and let's see if we can use our power armor to fly right up there. That's the reason I use the power armor the most, is to fly from place to place. Now, we're going to have a bit of a power problem as we do this area here, because we're going to need to run wires and whatnot. But if we want to go ahead and just shortcut our way a little bit here, or speed ourselves along, we can go ahead and just take this out like this. Whoop, almost fell there. That's okay, I'm in my power armor, I'll be fine. And we can go ahead back to the atrium kit, and we can go ahead and put this in here. Now, again, remember, we're back chaining power, which means we're running power from outside the vault. We're running it to the vault, and then it automatically runs up all the floors and ceilings and runs across this floor and runs right to this panel from way down there. And now we're going to go ahead and attach another one of these panels, like so. And then we're going to go ahead and take that panel, and we're going to run it across over to here. Again, right outside the doorway. We're going to leave this doorway open. Like that. Run it over to here. Just lets us. If not, we'll move it around a little bit. Still obscured by that wall edge. What to do, what to do. Let's take this out. Let's take that out. Let's go ahead and make this a nice atrium doorway. Now, the problem with the atrium doorway, you're going to see very, very quickly, is that it's not high enough. Oh, in this case it is. That's right, we're not using a vaulted ceiling. We're not using when you have a vaulted ceiling, or you have really high walls like you can in the other kits, right? Like in the warehouse kit or the barn kit, it will actually have a gap on the top. That's right, we did a flat wall, or did a flat ceiling this time. So we can do that. Awesome. And then again, we'll leave the door open. And we will go ahead and go back to our thingy here. There we go. Back to our switches. Now, we could also do the same thing on the outside, by the way. We could do a reverse wall on the outside here. Let's actually do that. I haven't done that in a while. Let's go ahead and do a reverse wall. And I'll show you another way of doing the same thing. I haven't shown that one in a little while. Let's go. Let's see. Over here. Just go into the vaults. Of course, we're going to need a doorway to go reverse. Like this. It's going to let us. These poles are going to be blocking. Something definitely blocking our ability to do it. There's the poles. There it goes. Alright, and then we can go ahead and just put a wall here, like this. And because this is coming through here, the floor, and it runs up to this, we could literally just take this and run it out there. Now it's got power. You're like, Kismet, how do you know it's got power? Well, very easily. You can go in, use yourself something simple, like your construction light, and just run it like that. Now you know it's got power. You know it's good. Now it's actually sending wireless power right now, which is not really what we want. I'm going to go ahead and take this out. I'm going to show you what happens also, by the way, if you use a different floor right there. So we're going to go in and use our concrete kit. Like so. Alright, so we're using our concrete kit now, right? And we'll square this off a little bit. And now what we'll do is we'll try that again. Now that we've removed that floor that connects to the doorway, right? And let's see if it still works. Put this back down. Reattach. Still works. Now, why does that still work? Why? Because you have a broken connection here, right? Because the floor does not continue going here. That's because this wall and this wall are connected back to back. So it actually goes through the floor, through this wall, through that side, comes through here, and still works on the outside. I know, isn't that epic? That's pretty epic. Pretty epic. And of course, we've still got our defense platform. We can kind of see down here. It looks like we're a little close, but I'd still be fine. And of course, we've also got our power now run. And we can go ahead and just kind of chain that along the way here. Right down here. And I know some of you are like, Kismet, what is back chaining? If you missed it earlier, back chaining. Get over here. Back chaining is where we take this right here, where you put the power on the outside. You don't have to use the vault-tec one, though you can, but it uses a lot of nuclear material. The fusion generator does not. It's probably the most efficient for the resources. So you can take it here, you run it into the vault, to an attachment, and then as you can see, it runs its way up, and then ends up in that far corner where we were, which of course is going to power all of our turrets and whatnot over here as well. So we need to get a connector over here so we can run it down, down this way. So we're going to go ahead and just run it kind of to the side of it here. Find a nice spot. I'm using my scroll wheel, by the way, and my right and left mouse button to try to find a nice spot. Yeah, not letting me put it there. You know, a little feisty. There we go. So say right there. So we're running from there to there, and then, of course, down here. Now, sometimes, if you're quick and lucky, you can do that. And we'll go ahead, attach that down there, which, of course, chaining from up there to down there and down here. Our turrets are still not working. By the way, you notice they're purple as well. That's a mod I have that tells me when I have enough power or when I don't have enough power to do stuff. While we're here, let's go ahead and fix these hanging pillars that we took down temporarily. Like so. I don't like floating stuff just as much as you guys. I don't like it, but I just deal with it because it's kind of a waste to do your underpinnings while you're still trying to figure out what the heck you're trying to do in your particular vault. Alright, and now we're back up here, and we're good to go. Good to go. We'll go ahead and take this, run that up here, and we're going to run it to here. Now, there is actually a wall, by the way. Well, let me show you the other thing. Yeah, let me show you that, too. There is actually a wall that does not have a floor. So let's look at that as well. I think that one I really haven't shown in a long time. Other than in our thing over there. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put one down like this. We're going to take this one out. And then we're going to put another wall here. It's basically going to snap to that wall if it lets me. Now, this is really difficult to do because sometimes it just doesn't want to snap right? It snaps very, very weirdly. And again, we're going to test it again and see if it works with just a flat wall. And again, there's 100 different ways of doing the same thing. And I like to just do different stuff so you guys can see it here on the stream. So there we go. So we bypass that. Now that should have enough room, hopefully. Take this out temporarily. To go from right there. Oh, no, we're going to be a little obstructed. Let's go ahead and move it around a little bit. Try to find the optimum spot for it. And then try it again. Now connected up there. Now, how do we know if it's working? Well, first, it turns red. And you can see the turrets are now moving. So we know that is working just fine. And we're good to go. So again, there was about several different ways of doing the same thing. You get the idea. You get the idea. And, of course, that power is back chaining into the vault all the way up to here. We could put it on the top too, but then we got to listen to it. It'll be fine back there in the corner. And there's our turrets are done. And let's go ahead and put our thing back in again, our other defense. Our guard posts. Again, I like these nice flat guard posts. Like that. So if they're standing here and they see some action, they can turn and they can turn over the thing and they can fire straight down. Let's go take a look at what we've done so far. I love to see how far I can go. And that's what we've got going so far. So again, that's why I call it the hanging kill box. You can see it's hanging from that main area. Now, of course, we could center it. We could do whatever we wanted to do. But you get the idea. You get the idea of the hanging kill box. It fires in 360 degrees. It will defend on this side. It'll defend on the inside. It will do its job. And again, I don't always do everything symmetrical. I find symmetrical to be very highly boring after a while. I do like to kind of embellish stuff. Like I might round this area out later. I might add the rounded things and then put the rounded walls there. That kind of stuff to really embellish it. But when I'm building, I'm just kind of blocking it out first and getting an idea of what I want. And sometimes I'll say, well, I'm going to build 4 levels. Sometimes I'm going to build 1 level. And then as I go along, of course, that's going to change as I go further and further into it. So there we go. So right here you can see, uh-oh, wait a minute, Kismet, you got a door there that's blocking you. That's okay. I can go in the workshop, pick it up, move it, hit the tab key, and it goes right back where I had it before. Of course, we're gonna have the ability to open and close those doors from anywhere that we want as well. We'll go in and we'll finish all the rest of that out. Now, there's another thing that we could do also to make this so we don't have to switch back, is we could also use an elevator. Right now, an elevator does require a bit more to get it going, but we'll go ahead and just stick an elevator in here just for funsies so that when I'm coming in and out of there, I can go fairly fast. So let's go ahead and, again, use the other kits to get that going on. Let's see, elevators, there they are. We're going to go ahead and we've got a 4 elevator here, and we're going to try to snap it nice and easy to the vault-tec kit. Look how easy it snaps, right? Just snaps right in there. Easy. Easy. It ain't easy. It ain't easy. All right, let's go ahead and let's figure out how to do it easy. The way we do it easy is we go into the vault-tec kit. And, of course, we go to atrium floor. Snap that in there. Boom. Good to go. Then we go ahead and we go to our elevators and back to our 4 elevators, and we try to snap that. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, the great universal piece. Now, we could also use the concrete kit, put that floor down, and that'll get it going. Now, it's elevated just a little bit here. And if we were really a stickler about it, we could go back, save the concrete kit, get a concrete floor, and try to just tuck it under there, right? Try to tuck it under there or whatever, but I think it's fine. It's fine. So there we go. We've got 4, but we need to go up even higher. One of the things that I think is the big fail of these elevators is the fact that it has a roof on the top. I don't think it should have had a roof on the top. I think it should have been where you could have went in and had the different sizes, but as you attach them together, right? Say you put a 2 and a 2 together. Well, bam, then you would get a 4. Or if you put a 4 and a 2, then you would get a 6-level elevator. I think that would have been much better than what they've currently got, but whatever. Whatever. Maybe in Fallout 76. We'll see. And somebody asked me earlier, Kismet, when's Fallout 76 coming out? It's not coming out until October, so about a week or 2, maybe some beta is coming out for Xbox, and then, of course, PS4. And then later in October is going to be the beta for PC. So be watching for that. Be watching for that big time. All right, so we've got that, and we need to go ahead and do some more elevators just to try to speed this along. And so we're going to kind of have to do a switchback elevator. So let's see. That's going to be 1, 2. So we actually need a 3-floor right there, and we're going to need to take that out right there. And of course, we're going to need to run power there and do all of that as well. Now, another idea, instead of putting it on this side, is to put it on the other side over here, right next to where your other entrance is. And then, of course, you can run it up there. Now, I'm going to use the entrance to make sure that it is snapping so that it lines up properly when it gets up to the top. Like so. And then say I'm down here at the bottom level, I can go ahead and get in there and take that up to wherever I want to go. Now, I can also take out a level or take out stuff and just kind of go halfway or 3/4 of the way, but I prefer to go all the way up. So I'm going to go ahead and utilize some of the spot which I saw earlier, which is currently having an issue. And that is this one with the wire in the way, right? So we're going to try to see if we can get up there and snap it. Now, if it does snap at all, you see how it snapped for a second? Then we know it's going to work. See, I can't quite get it, right? Keep going. There we go. Use your jetpack. That's the harder way of doing it, but it is a lot of fun. And then, of course, we can also turn this a little bit so that our power is lined up. So we can run one power to the other one. Actually, let's go up here first. Not letting me grab it. Not letting me grab it, but there you go. So we go ahead and hit space bar here and try to connect. Now we use our scroll wheel as well. Try to scroll wheel it up there. If it doesn't work, no big deal. Just get higher ground right over here. Now you guys already know what we're going to do here, right? Because we've already got that power running there. We can also run this straight down to here. But of course, we've got an obstruction. We'll go ahead and fix that by adding a little connector. Like so. Now, I like to add the connector close and then move it in the position I want it to be in. So, in this case, we'll take this power. We'll run it from here. Now, again, you can do inside power. You can do power inside your vault. But since we have this kind of little overhang here, I'm going to go ahead and use that overhang to run that and then run that down. And now my elevator actually works.
You gotta take things one day.
So we can go in here. We can go ahead and utilize the elevator. Like so. Up to here. Now, this one right here is not connected, so while we're up here, we can go ahead and just do this. Spacebar here, spacebar there. Now we just connected these two together because they connected on the outside because I aligned them so they were in the same direction. Now we'll go up to level 3, and some of you remembered that there was a bit of a corner here that we couldn't quite do. Now, we're a bit of a problem, right? Because we're not rotated in the right direction. So then we have to think about direction, right? How do we get in there? Or we could just make a side area that we can get in as well. Which is how I'm going to do it, but you could turn it and then turn the other one if you so choose. And we're going to go in and we're going to go ahead and utilize, let's go ahead and stay with our vault-tec kit, and we're going to go ahead and stay with our atrium floors, and we'll go ahead and snap an atrium floor there, take this out, take that out. Let's actually put an atrium doorway on each side, like this. There we go, and that allows us, of course, to come back later and put, there we go, put a doorway in there. And then the inside will be secure, and you're only outside when you're using your stairwell. Now, of course, I'm going to put a quick travel target that allows me to quick travel into the building if I was actually going to use this building for me. This building is not for me. This is for the Minutemen and their peeps. So it's totally not for me. So now we're at the point where we're going to say, okay, we've got that going. We've got our stairwell going. We've got our power going. We got our Kismet kill box going over there. Where else do we need food, water, and defenses? Well, we also have an area over here we need to defend. So we're going to need a hanging kill box on this side. Or we can do a regular kill box. Really up to you. So we're going to go ahead and do the same kind of thing here. I'm kind of feeling in the corner here. Let's say right there. And we're going to do the same thing. Try to pull this stuff out. Pull that out, back to our atrium kit, or whatever kit you want to use. In this case, the atrium kit. Gonna put a nice doorway there. Gonna put a floor down, atrium floor. That's gonna allow us to transition to the concrete kit. I know, I like to use the concrete kit for scaffolding. It just looks cool. Now, if you notice, if I use the small one does not snap. Does not snap to that. I can go ahead and use a concrete floor first. Doesn't matter which one I use. And then I can snap that and then walk it right into position. And then, of course, I got a problem on this side, so I need to do the same thing. Walk that in position, take that out, take this out, take that out. Then, of course, now I can walk these in position. And now I've got that going. So forward and backwards, basically what we did. And then we're just going to have this one. I kind of feel like we should just have a single one here. I'm going to do this. And then let's just have some fun rounding this whole thing out. Like this. And a couple straight ones. There we go. And then we'll go ahead and build that hanging kill box under there. A little bit difficult to build it from this side. I'm going to fly down. Try not to land on everybody. Like so. Now, of course, it's way up there, right? It's way up there. But again, let's use that scaffolding like we were doing before. And we're also using a whole bunch of these to figure out the height of the settlement, the max height. Now, I'm going to just go ahead and try to keep it from snapping. There we go. And just build up toward it here. Just to make it a little bit easier. Access. There we go. Looking good. Looking good. And we're going to go ahead and reverse build like we did before, where we'll go ahead and start with a little one here. And we'll snap. Snap. Kind of feel like 2 down, so we'll go there. And again, if you don't like it, you can always change it later. No biggie. And there we go. Same kind of thing. Take this out. Notice I built the hole in advance that time. And then we're going to go ahead and do, doesn't matter how you start, like this. And then walk those over there. Nice. And we'll take this one. This way don't burn too much resources. And that there. Take that out. Put this in. A lot of walking. Starting to get dark, too. I'll go ahead and... Oh, 10 Pines needs some help, too. So we'll go help 10 Pines. You get the idea. You get the idea. So we're using that to hold up the kill box again. Now, this particular kill box does not have as much distance as the other one did. As you can see. So it's only 1 block down as opposed to 2 blocks down. And I think that ought to be fine. Because we're going to go ahead and just build a wall across there. And be just fine, I think, in the long run. Big time. Now, we can go out and we can build scaffolding and all sorts of battlements and turrets and do all sorts of crazy stuff if we so choose. There we go. Kids, I believe the Damascus utility halls have power boxes on the outside walls. I did not see any power boxes on the outside walls, but let's take a look. Let's take a look. All right, so we go to utilities. Domestic. Right there. Maybe, right? Let's go see. Don't see it on that side. Talking about that. I don't see it there, but let's keep looking. Don't see it there. Nope. I'm going to take your word for it. You say it's there, I'm going to look. Nope, nope. This one? Nope. Thank you, I'm Dippin' Dude, coming in with a 4th month sub love. That's 2 subs so far. We get to 5 subs. We're going to get on the Kismet love train. Show them lots of love in the chat. Thank you, I'm Dippin' Dude. Thanks for being here. As you can see, I don't see it. I don't see it on the outside of that one. Let's go ahead and try the domestic or utility one. That was domestic we just did. I don't see any connectors whatsoever on the outside. You see it, you let me know. There's a specific spot where you see a connector on the outside. Now, you can actually attach stuff to the outside of it and use that as well. But I have not seen any of that stuff on the outside. If I had, I'd be using that. But if you discover it, let me know. I always like to learn new stuff as well. I like to show people what I've learned and then compare notes with other people. Lucky I didn't land on nobody. Lucky I didn't land on nobody there. All right. And we'll get back up here. And we'll get back up here and finish this show. Ah, over treble coming in. Dropping that sub love. Thank you so much for that sub love here. Getting on the sub train. There we go. Keep that sub train going. Thank you so much again for that love. Appreciate it. Again, I'm Dippin' Dude. Vape came in with the follow. We've also got Takai coming in earlier with the sub. We got Demigod Slayer with the follow. Bacon Toast with the follow earlier as well. And a Harper. Thanks everybody for that follow. And also Lord Scanu, if I'm getting that anywhere close. Scarnu. I butcher everybody's name. Welcome, welcome. All right. Oh, we got to, wait a minute. Hold on a second. We got to save. We got to go help our buddies at 10 Pines. Now, 10 Pines has already been built up. We already built that up way up here, 10 Pines. So let's watch the Kismet Kill Box in action. Let's get it going on. Let's see. I'm David Dude. Says Love Drain. Turn the Perillo. Oh, yeah, you just said the same thing I just said. That's right. We got to go help 10 Pines. That's why they call me Kismet, by the way. Sometimes I say something in stream and then I look in the chat and you guys ask me that very question. Sometimes that does happen. Actually, quite often does happen. CB3 Blue coming in. There goes the Kismet Kill Box. Gonna reload my weapons while I'm standing here. No biggie. Again, we got the rounded kill box. Look how far it fires.
Shit.
Now notice it didn't say finish. There we go. Now you gotta wait for it to say finish. If it doesn't say finish, there's somebody else wandering around. Again, that's the rounded kill box right there. And also we have another kill box. That's a bit lower. Right down here. Now, rarely do I ever put stuff on the ground. I rarely put anything on the ground. I don't like to put anything on the ground, not even food, eventually. But in this particular case, because they do sometimes get under the vault, I do put that under there just for funsies. Oh, there's some more action. Not anymore. Not anymore. Now, let's check these guys out. These are just raiders, but I do appreciate the free ammo. And, of course, all my peeps doing their thing. Doing their thing. 10 Pines got that on lock. 10 Pines got that on lock, everybody. Look at that. They don't even need me here. They don't need me. They got this handled. They got it handled. Again, I built them a nice little vault here. I didn't build them a mega build like I do at other locations. I find 10 Pines is one of the smaller settlements that I really don't get into. I don't really get into this one. But again, Kismet Kill Box also on that side, watching out for any death claws that come from that direction. But I'll show you a quick little tour. Of course, we got the food here in the entrance. Speaking of not putting it on the ground, we've got some stations here, some rockets to protect anybody who's trying to come in and attack the settlement. And, of course, they've got some eating quarters, some more food here, TV to watch, and, of course, their bunkhouse in here with a great mod called Snap Beds that actually both the top and the bottom bunk actually does count. They actually do crawl up onto the top bunk. Incredibly great mod. As well as we have the ability to go up here around this corner. Now notice right here that this is being back chained. This is where I learned this, by the way, is the back chain that to here, which of course runs the power down to the rest of the vault. And we've also got our area up here where they're making me money, selling and buying and selling stuff. They're also scavenging stuff so I can build stuff for other settlements. And of course, we've also got our Minutemen artillery going. Let's actually see how much money they made me. Where's my stove here? I've always got one of these stoves around so I can just go in and transfer. Oh, 2,750 bottle caps. I'll be taking that. Thank you very much. A little bit of purified water. I'll take that as well. Now, of course, we have lots of resources here. We're just going to go ahead and leave them in there for now. So we got that done. Looks good. Helped out my buddies. Let's go ahead and check and make sure that we don't have any other quests here in miscellaneous that are defense quests. Nope. That's it. Sometimes what happens is it gives you multiple defense quests at the same time. And that kind of messes you up a bit because you don't have enough time to go in and really kind of get both of them, especially when you're in the new survival mode. Now, again, I have played through 6 times. This is my 6th playthrough. I have 2,500 hours live here on Twitch playing Fallout 4. I played through a normal mode, got to level 90-something. Got too easy. I didn't even bother finishing the game. I said, this is too easy. So I restarted the game from scratch in survival mode. And I played through survival mode, the old survival mode as they call it now. And it's pretty tough in the very beginning. You got to use your companions. You can't quick travel. You have to walk from place to place, that kind of stuff. Of course, you can take vertibirds eventually, but mostly in the very beginning of the game, you're doing a lot of walking. And of course, someone like me who's overburdened a lot, that does slow you down a lot. And of course, in survival mode, when you're overburdened, in the new survival mode, which is the next one that came out, which we started a brand new playthrough number 3, we basically would pick stuff up and it would break your legs. So you'd have broken legs because you were carrying too much stuff. And eventually you can override that with the strong back perk. The one that says you can quick travel while overburdened actually says you no longer break your legs in the new survival mode, which is awesome. Got to worry about food, got to worry about water, and you can only save by sleeping in a bed. Very, very fun. Then the next playthrough, I start over from scratch. Survival mode playthrough, the new survival mode in melee mode. Of course, the hardest mode you can play, the hardest way you can play. We crushed that one as well. We played one in VR. And then here we are in very hard mode, which I call the mega run, which means that we're building up every single base into kind of a mega base.
So much bigger than I ever imagined.
It is, isn't it, Sean? There's my boy. There's my boy, and of course, we got a rad storm. I'd expect nothing less. Because whenever I'm building, that's when it's always super stormy. There we go. Save my friend, kids. We saved him. We saved them all. Of course, they didn't need my house. Oh, Tellus in the chat. What's up, Tellus? Everybody show some love to Tellus, my legendary supporter here on the stream. Show her lots and lots of love, please, in the chat. Good to see you, Tellus. Good to see you. There we go. What else we got? So it looks like that rounded Kismet kill box needs a few repairs. Yes, it does. Now, the funny thing is, if I leave and come back, they'll use my resources on their own to repair the turrets, by the way. But if they don't have enough resources, then they won't repair it. Let's go ahead and forward by an hour, and let's see if the weather changes. It's suddenly a beautiful day. There we go. And that's why you'll see why I have a bed laying around, just a random bed there, so I can forward time. It's really for you guys, so you guys can see what I'm doing. Sometimes I'm watching some streams and I can't see anything they're doing because it's so incredibly dark. It's not because they're playing a scary game. It's just that they have the darkness set so dark for them. You know, they can still see it, but we can't see it on the stream. So that's why I always try to think about you guys on your end when I'm doing stuff. All right, there we go. We got that hanging kill box done. Let's go up here. Let's get this other one going on. Right over here. Ooh, that was some goodness. That was some goodness there. All right. Now, if some of my stuff gets damaged and whatnot, again, I will usually come back later. Or if in the middle of a firefight, by the way, you can actually go to your workshop if you do it quick enough. You can go to your workshop and you can repair your turrets in the middle of a battle, especially if they're not targeting you. Now, speaking of being rounded, let's go ahead and round this out just for a little bit of fun. Add a little bit of style to it. On this particular one, again, you can build it 100 different ways, however you want. And we're going to speed up a little bit again and do some more of these babies right here. I love the missile turrets. They're really awesome later on. They take care of business. Take care of business. Put one there. Over there. And again, notice I'll put the heavy laser on this side where the heavy attack will come from. And then, of course, to mix up that damage type, we'll put those really awesome heavy turrets. I use the heavy turrets from the very beginning of the game. I do not use that turret ever. That turret is useless, I find. It just gets damaged really, really quickly, and it's not really worth the resources. All right, and here we go. Again, put in our things so we have redundant lines and less chance that our power pylon here is going to get damaged versus our actual turrets. And then power pylon. Come on. There we go, fingers. On that side. From there to there. Come on. There we go. There we go. And again, we can create cross redundant lines just in case. I don't know, in case that turret goes out or whatever. You can create, or if the power pylon itself goes out, you can create a redundant line as well, if you so choose. Whee! With a hole there in the middle, everybody. That's why I stay in my power armor most of the time. Just in case I fall. No biggie. No biggie. There we go. Let's try that again. Nice. Okay. Kill box is good to go, but it has no power. So again, how do we get the power from... Oh, there's a window that needs to be pushed in. How do we get the power from over there, over here? We can run it out a window. We could run it through the doorway like we did before. I feel like that's the way we should do it. Up and over. Take this out. And, of course, we've got this here. And we can go ahead and use our wall technique. We take this out. We go ahead and put our wall in the opposite direction. Now, if I normally put that in there, it's going to flip that opposite direction. So to fix that, we're going to need to have a wall that is going already in that direction. Like this. So it's going up and going that way. Then we're going to go ahead and use our outside wall. And then it will connect. And then, of course, since the power is running all the way through here, we can then use our wall thing. Nope. Come on, fingers. Work with me, fingers. Work with me, bro. There we go. And right up there, run this. Now, we don't want to run it down there. We want to run it to the actual thing right here. Now, it's still obstructed. Right, it's obstructed. So we'll go ahead and just work around a little bit by creating an extra little connector here at the bottom. And we'll run it from up there to down there. And then we'll run it under there. Nice, nice. And we'll leave that part open just so we can have the power. Also allows us to get from the up to the down right there. Nice, looking good. So we have all of our turrets up and running on our two primary sides. And we have a bit of our defenses going as well. Speaking of defenses, let's go ahead and put in a nice guard post here. I'm going to go ahead and just put it here at an angle. Again, they will stand right here, stand guard. All right, they'll stand guard on that, watching for bad guys. And if anybody does show up and if they get right here to the front, they can go ahead and, of course, rotate and fire straight down on anybody down there. And, of course, the turrets will also turn and fire straight down as well. And we'll flatten out that doorway a little bit, and we'll take out those turrets down there now that we no longer need those. And then we'll utilize those on the far side over there. So they do attack from those different sides. There we go. Now we can try to move our doorway back here. But one of the problems is that the doorway is actually sunk. Right? So those walls are sunk here. These are sunk into the thing. So we don't necessarily want to do that. So we want to go ahead and actually use the door as the main thing. Or we can just kind of make it work. You know, if you kind of nudge it a little bit this way and work it a little bit that way. And just make it work on your own without it snapping at all. Just like that. Nice. Like it. Leave it. Looking good. Now, of course, I could also bring this up to that level. Whoop. Get out of there. I can also bring that up if I want and try to snap it to the side of that. You see, it's kind of a little bit awkward because it's actually snapping to that side. As long as it defends them from trying to get into your base, it's good. We'll go ahead and move this up here. Makes it easier for people to get up in and out of the base. Nice flat area for them to fire from the kill box down below there. And that sucker is well defended. Now, another thing we can do also is so they can't shoot up over the wall is we can go ahead and add some additional walls here. Just kind of a barrier so they can't shoot up over. Like this. Now, you do got to watch out that they can still get in the doorway. we can create something like that, right? And then, of course, here, so they can walk from one place to another, you can also create them a nice little area up here where you have some floors, like so. Oh, we need the upper floor. Upper floor, there we go. Nice upper floor area that you can try to snap in here. Now, notice how you got a bit of a problem there, right? Snapping that in. Now, if you actually work from this side and work that way, it actually works better. But you can try to work it in there a little bit, or you can try to use these floors, which have a tendency to kind of snap in there a little bit better. Or go to the other side and turn this way, be at the same level as the floor, and try to rotate it. I'm just holding down the left mouse button, the right mouse button, to see if it kind of snaps and then goes in there, right? So not quite working there, right? Not quite working. You're like, Kismet, how can I make that work? How can I offset that and make that work across there? Well, first thing we need to do, of course, is to use our smaller floors here and just try to walk it and see if that would be good enough. Right? Oh, not quite. Doesn't quite make it. All right, so it doesn't quite make it there, so they can just walk across there. Now, another thing you can do is just forego that altogether. You're like, Kismet, I'm just going to put one right up here at the top. Nice and easy, right? Nice and easy. You could even go the next step and put some steps in. There we go. Now you know they're going to be able to get up there, and then you can just go ahead, take this out. Let's see. That's just stairs. This is an upper stairs, and so on. And there we go. Now they got a nice walkway to go from one to the other. And you're like, Kismet's not supported, bro. It's not supported under there. Oh, we can take care of that as well. We got another level there. Let's take these out. And let's go ahead and see how we can get that to be supported under there, right? Now, we don't even need these concrete foundations anymore because now we have these walls that are already in that particular spot. So we don't have to necessarily use those. We can just go ahead and snap the walls that are already in position in there as well. That one's a very tricky one to do. Gonna have to work that one a little bit. You can't get it from this side, go to the other side. Scroll wheel out and back up. There we go. Got it. Got it. Now, of course, this door is still not right. Right? So you're like, wait a minute, Kismet, can you fix that whole thing? Absolutely. Absolutely. But we can also work our way from up to down. So let's try that. Let's go ahead and put our wall up here, right, where we want them to go. And we're going to work from the up area and then downwards. Like that. Now, you're going to get a little bit of floating right there, but you can just say that you attach it to the side of the wall. That works good enough. Same thing here. We're going to go ahead and put this one right there. Now, our doorway, of course, is going to be much better attached here, but of course we got a obstruction with this one, so we'll move this one up and out of the way temporarily. We'll attach this wall to this one, or at least it should attach. Being a little feisty. Keep working it. Now sometimes if it's not attaching, take out the top wall. That sometimes helps. Get a different direction. Attaching that way, but not attaching this way. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. All right, now another trick to this is you can take this door, move it out of the way, put a concrete wall there, and then put a small piece on the far side, then take out the concrete wall, then take this, and see if it'll snap to the small piece, right? And take this one out as well, and see if that doorway will snap over here. Again, it's only wanting to snap in this direction. I mean, it can be maddening. It's like, why does it not snap there, Kismet? I don't know. I don't make the game. I didn't make it. Why does it not snap? You'd think that would just snap right there, right? Or you could snap it over here like this, but for some reason, it just doesn't always do it. There we go. Now it finally snapped, right? It should snap there, but it just doesn't want to. There's something maybe invisible that's obstructing it, or whatever it is. So we can just keep reworking it and maybe move the doorway over. So let's go ahead and put this here. Like that. We'll take this out. We'll take that out. And let's try to move the door over a little bit and see if it'll let us do that. Biddies coming in. Thank you so much for the biddies. Ghost Reaper coming in. What's up, man? What's up? What's up? Good day, Fallout Cosplay. What's up? Still waiting on my Fallout cosplay. It's getting late, too, man. I got to send that to TwitchCon. I still have not got it. It still hasn't even been shipped to me yet. I don't know if I'm going to get that done in time. I don't think I am. I would normally put the walls on, then dad the door in last. Dad the door in last? Dad the door. Gotta dad that door, everybody. Alright, so see how it snaps up there? Again, maddening, right? Maddening. Now, here's a little workaround that I sometimes use. You can also use your floors, like this, to walk the floors over, and then grab this and try to attach it to the floor itself. Right? So that it's at that level. Now, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. There is something, obviously, obstructing its ability to work right there. So we're going to go ahead and take all this back out and see if we can get it to snap. Snap on the outside. Snapping on the outside, right? Snapping on the inside. No. No. Rotate it. No. All right, and then we'll work over this way. Again, you can spend hours fooling around with this, trying to get it to go the way you want it to go. Right? Now, why that doesn't work, I don't know. Now, you can also inset it inward, so we can go ahead and put a concrete floor down, and then take the doorway and inset it in like this and see if it snaps. Now, it doesn't even need to snap. I could just manually put it in there if I so choose. Right? So if I can go in and manually then, of course, backward engineer this from up here. Come on, you. I'm snapping poorly. There we go. And then down here. Now, what I can do is I can pick up this door. I can hit E, then hold down E and use my scroll wheel to scroll it down into position. Right? Wherever I want it to go. Right? Like that. So I can take this one out, hit E. Actually, I want this to be rotated the other way. There we go. Hit E again. Hold down E. You got to hit E and let go, by the way. And then scroll wheel that down where it should go. Now, it just happens to be something is obstructing it. It's something invisible, whatever it is that's obstructing it, because it should be able to just sit down on the ground at some point. Right? Some spot, it should be able just to sit on the ground right there. Now, it's probably because it's a little bit elevated. That's why it's not doing it. But again, we can just put it on the ground ourselves later on. So again, let's just finish this up and move on to the next thing. You get the general idea. There we go. Feisty. Go outside. We know you go there. You went there earlier. Oh, or maybe not, because it's tilting in. Oh, it might be tilting in there. Oh, we'll see. We'll see. Put this one in. Goes that way. No mas. No mas. Take this out. Now, sometimes I find if you just fuddle with it long enough, it will get it to work. Because these are okay, because these actually usually go into stuff, right? But certain existing walls, certain existing areas will not let you put that in there. We'll go with that. We'll go with that. All right, again, we'll pull this down, and if it was nice, it would just snap in there, but it's not snapping in the direction that we want it to snap. So I'm literally just going to take it and try to set it down on the ground. I'm going to rotate it around. Notice that it does work. See when I'm rotating it ever so slightly, right? It's the base of it that's having a problem. So I can go in, try to rotate it a little bit, try to mess with it, try to bring it down a little bit, just a little bit forward. Make sure I've got it rotated properly this way. Just kind of fool around with it on my own, right, without using the snapping. Something like that. Doesn't look very straight. We're going to have to fix that. Straighten that out just a little bit. Something Something like that. Something like that. Maybe a little bit more this way. A little bit closer. And just kind of rework it a little bit. Keep working it. Back just a little bit. Of course, there's always somebody who comes along and wants to be super annoying and get in your way while you're building stuff. That lady. Lady! Go over there! Look, she does what I tell her to do. She does what I tell her to do. Alright, that's pretty good. Made that work. Can't get it to work? Work around it. There we go. Work around it. Keep doing your thing. Now, of course, we got a problem over on this side. But I think it'll be fine. And we'll go ahead and put that... Oh, not that one. This one. Take these out. And there we go. So we replaced all of that stuff. We're good to go for now. On that side, let's go ahead and fix these other sides. Over here, same thing. We're going to go ahead and just start with a flat platform. Try to line it up as good as we can. And we'll start without supports first, and then we'll come back. And we'll put in supports later. Now right here is a good part to bring it down into that level. If you go over here, you can go ahead and put it, say, right here. It's going to be a little bit higher. All right, so that level is going to actually hit, but then, of course, people walking up this thing here, up and down this thing, it's going to be obscured. All right, so you want to watch out for that. So usually what I do is I go ahead and let it run to about there, and then I just go ahead and use my stairwells. All right, we'll take this out temporarily. And we'll go ahead and put in maybe just one stairwell there. And then stairwell over here. This allows them to keep going up and down in this corner, but also allows them to do that. Now, that looks a bit crooked there. Watch as I go ahead and move the entire thing at the same time. First, I'm going to take these out. Hold down E. It's going to give me all of this. Now, watch out you don't have anything else. All right, I've got just this whole thing. And see if it lets me put it back down. If it doesn't let you put it back down, see if it doesn't ever turn green for any reason, or yellow in this case, or green. There we go. Just kind of move it around a little bit. Like so. So we'll come back over here. Go ahead and see if there's a way we can get that going. Only from here, it looks like. And we'll go ahead and try to line it up. Like so. Acting a little funny there. Let's get up here. Nudge it in a little bit. Keep reworking it. You got it fairly straight. Close enough. And then again, that one actually. There's some half ones there. And then stairwell. Nice. Alright, so we took out our things that we had here, right? Those walls. Again, we can go ahead and just put this up here. Down there. And again, just walk that wall across to defend the thing here. There we go. Take that out. There you go. Now you've got it blocked up with a wall instead of a thing underneath. Which is nice. Again, we got this in our way. There we go. Looking good. How are we looking on time? Oh my goodness. We are having fun. We're having lots and lots of fun. Same thing over here. We can now reverse engineer all of this. Again, put one up on top. Let's say this one. And work your way down. Come up above. So you have that area blocked. And you really only need about 2 walls to block that area. And if it's too obscured, the wall will not go there. But we know we've had one there earlier. There we go. So we know it does work. And there we go. Notice I just work my way down with a wall, and I just put a wall there instead of having those other things. But as you can see, looks pretty legit from the outside. It is blocked. You're like, Kismet, you got a little bit down here. That's okay. You can also just try to sneak one underneath, or just put another wall right up against that wall if you're really that concerned about it. There you go. Very nice. Very nice. Now we need to think about supports. How is that being supported by that? Well, we can always say that this wall is supporting it, right? So we go ahead and just put a wall there, and we can say, okay, that's being supported by that particular wall on that side. And then we can go ahead and do the same thing over here and put a wall there like so. Now, our people are dumb. Keep that in mind. And they love to walk into stuff. Turn my light on. It's going to be nighttime. They love to walk into stuff. So I will, on the lower supports like this, I will go ahead and take all this out. And I will go ahead and basically just do kind of something like that. Like a little pole that's holding it up. Or we can do a dual pole. Same thing here. Just kind of walk it. Take that one out. There we go. Something like that. Now it looks like it's being supported. And it looks awesome. Now over here, I would do the same thing as we did on the other side, and that is add a dual one. Though sometimes people walk up this way, and they'll get stuck under there. But they should be able to learn. All they need to do is go up that ladder. There we go. So now we've got a platform on both sides, on all sides. And we can also go in and just create a little side run here. And you go, Kismet, how are they going to get from there to here? Oh, scary. My whole machine went off. I think it was because I hadn't touched it in a bit. If you get close enough, you can go ahead and do something like this. Right? Where you create like a kind of cuts in that other thing. But then, of course, you can see that it actually cuts because these will go into each other like that. You can create yourself a little bypass right there, which is pretty cool. You got to do it just right, like I did. But it does work good. Oh, wait, that's got to be inside. I see that it's outside right now. Let's go ahead and walk that to the inside. So it looks legit. Inside there. Let's see if it's going to let us do this one in the bottom. Yep. There we go. See, now it's on the inside. Looks like it's holding up a bit better. Looks good. Looks good. So we got all that done. We've got all that other stuff done. Man, we got a lot of fun done today. Let's go ahead and save that for just a second. All right, everybody. We're going to take a brief moment here, just a few seconds, to do some other fun stuff, and then we're going to do even more fun in just a moment as well. Let's go ahead and run up here to the top, get an epic view of our awesome castle build. Look at this baby. Look at this beautiful, beautiful build. Nice view of the wasteland and whatnot. We got our Minutemen. We're going to put a whole bunch of those around. We're going to theme it to the Minutemen as well. My guy looking awesome. Of course, he would totally crush that glass being in the power armor, but oh well. Oh well. All right, so dude's going to chill out right here for just a second. We're going to go ahead and save that. Let me go back to my overseer's office for just a moment. All right, everybody. We're going to go ahead and do just a few minutes here of LEET news. Now, I was going to do this on Saturday, and now the reason why I'm doing it tonight is because some of this stuff is about to be up, and I don't want you guys to miss out. So we're going to go ahead and get that going here as well. So let's get that going. I'm going to press some buttons and flip some switches, and we're going to get this going here. Let's do it. Let's do it. Boom. All right. So up here, we're going to go ahead and put up some LEET news. Boom, it's LEET news time, everybody. Let's get into the LEET news. Any day. All right. Not working. All right, there we go. LEET news. All right, everybody. Now, of course, we very happily go through and gather a massive amount of these things for you, which is a bunch of deals. Now, check out these deals right here. $10 for Fallout 4. You got Bard's Tale, $11.97. Tom Clancy Ghost Recon, which we played last night. Super amazing game, super detailed, very involved, incredibly great. Check it out. That is 23 bucks. That is 60% off. Also, No Man's Sky, which you're going to be playing later. That one is also going to end up very, very soon. So I definitely snatched it up if you are interested in No Man's Sky. 23 bucks, as well as 2 Point Hospital, incredibly great game, PUBG, so on and so forth. Down the line there, we, of course, picked the ones that maybe you guys like the most. Tons and tons of those. You can find all of those on the website, Kismet BP, or you can find them on there. Mods, let's go ahead and put the social media in the chat. So you can go ahead and go to all of those, click all of those things, and of course, do that as well. Now, I've also got a sponsored event for you guys. If you guys have not seen this yet, I know I've shown it before, but I'm going to go ahead and show it again. We're going to check out this right over here. Let's go. And let's check it out. All right, on Prime. Now, I know a lot of you have got Prime like me. A lot of you. Let's go back to my overseer's office here. All right. When I go to that website, it tries to block me. Darn website. So yeah, a lot of you are like me who have Prime. I would definitely check that out. By the way, I've been watching that series. It is really, really good. If you guys have not checked it out, I strongly recommend it. How many people in the chat right now? Let me see people in the chat. Let me take my LEET deals out of here. How many people in the chat right now are watching that? Who are watching that Jack Reacher? That is really, really good. A really great show, by the way. That guy is from The Office. I never watched The Office, by the way, but I've been watching that show. Again, you got Prime, you might as well go watch it, right? I think there's like 8 episodes of it now. Let's go take a look. Hold on, how many episodes are we in? We are in, 8 episodes right now on Twitch Prime. So we'll go ahead and put that in the chat. Let me go ahead and grab it and put it in the chat, Rooney, for you guys to go check out. I would definitely check it out if I was you. I mean, hey, you're already paid for it. I mean, hey, you get it for free. Part of your Prime. It's part of your Prime. Go for it. I like a free. I don't know about you. I'm a big fan of free. I'm a huge fan of free. Well, it's actually part of your service, so it's not really free, but you might as well get extra benefits. Why is it not letting me copy paste? I'm pressing the wrong keyboard. No wonder that's why I can't copy paste. Wrong keyboard. Bada bing. There you go. Go check it out for yourself, everybody. It is pretty awesome. So let me see how many people in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you've been watching some Jack Reacher there. Let me know. Let me know. Again, I've been watching it. Super great show. Oh, Isaac Mark says, great show. What? Yeah, exactly. Incredibly great show. Said, didn't we see this last time? Said Raz. Yeah, I just said that. Compared to you, were paying attention. For those who missed it last time, I decided to show it again. It is a sponsored event. I do appreciate that sponsorship. Here on the stream. I've watched all the episodes as well, Ides of March. Can't wait to see more's come out. I will give it a look if I were you. I mean, hey, you know, you're riding on a train. You're hanging out, waiting for your kids. You're waiting out for your family. Maybe you're waiting for class, whatever it is. Boom, pull it up on your phone. Watch a few episodes. Definitely super fun. Wilmo, look at that massive follow time. 2 years, 4 months, and 25 days. Now, again, I forget, what does that guy play? What does that guy play on The Office? I forget. What is his thing on The Office? I can't remember. Well, I forget what his name is on The Office. What's his name? Jim, that's right. I think he had, the same letter that he had on, that starts with the same letter that he does have on there. Now, Jack Ryan, of course, very famous Tom Clancy character, been around for a really, really long time. Super great series. Of course, you know, there's a whole bunch of other movies that go along with it. But I'm down for watching. I don't know about you guys. I don't know. What do you guys want to see on there? You want to see some other cameos by other people from The Office? That'd be funny. That would be funny, because I'm down for that as well. Very down for that. Let's see. Yeah. Howdy, hey Foggy, we're just talking about Jack Reacher, incredibly fun Incredibly fun show. Again, Tom Clancy's stuff. Tom Clancy's Jack Ryan. Basically, the CIA agent, very much like fish out of water. He's just an analyst. And, of course, they send him around the world to these very scary places where he's not really trained for. And then he gets in there. You want a Kiz cameo? You want me in there? I don't know. Let me talk to Twitch and to Amazon and see if they add me in there. I don't know. I seriously doubt it. I seriously doubt they're going to add me to that. I don't think I have the acting chops to be in that stuff. There's at no point in which I ever wanted to be an actor. Though I was an extra, by the way. I was an extra in movies as a kid. I was actually in several movies as a kid. I was almost in E.T. My brother was almost the older brother of the kid in E.T. He almost was. But I did not end up going into acting or anything like that. I don't know. I just didn't have a passion for it. It wasn't that exciting. It was kind of cool. You get to miss school and you get to, just study while you're there and then you watch all the acting and whatever. But it was never really my thing. I never got like super into it, right? Never got super into it. Never got into acting. So I let the professionals do that job. Let them do what they love to do. And I do what I love to do, which of course is playing games. Here on the stream. Super, super fun. And again, big thanks to, I think that was from Amazon Prime. Yeah, it's from Amazon Prime. Big thanks to Amazon Prime for doing that segment. Now, again, right down below, don't miss it. If you just came into the stream, don't miss these LEET deals. Go check them out. Go check out Jack Reacher. Go check out these deals. They are awesome, and they are going to end very, very soon. If you want to know even more deals, you can go to the website, kismetbp.com. You can go to our Discord, discord.gg/kismet. That's super easy. I don't know how to make it any easier than that, everybody. So you can go ahead and go over there and get yourself awesome deals. There's more than even the top 10 here. It's a huge list of them that my mods put together, especially Josie that goes in and finds all these deals for all of you guys. Greatly appreciate her going above and beyond. All right, so I think that's enough for LEET deals. Anybody got any questions about Jack Reacher, about these deals or anything like that before I move on? Any other additional questions? Yes, no? Twitch Prime questions? Anything like that? Any sorts of questions that I can answer here in the stream? Okay, I'll count that as no. And we will move on to the next thing. Hey everybody, Kismet here. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button right in the center of the screen. Also check me out live on twitch.tv/Kismet. I'll see you all next time.